Hello, everyone. This is Darcinovia here. For those of you who the little people that were watching my last stream last night, that were on my disastrous second Cantina stream, which, well, I canceled, basically deleted it. It never happened. There will be another Jedi's Cantina, this week. So there's that. Anyway, why a war on nerds suddenly? Well, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, and Yellow Flash did some pretty stupid takes on the High Republic. And, well, I'm going to react to them. So, who knows? If there might be more if people in the comment section have more videos I can react to regarding this topic. I mean, it is really sad and pathetic how the Star Wars fan base probably are some of the biggest crybabies in all of fucking fandom. I mean, fucking seriously. These books have barely came out, and you're already hearing, "Oh my god, this is woke trash. Oh my god, it's like, yeah, acknowledging the existence of, white people in Star Wars. Yeah, that's woke, I guess. Or having some character that likely might be gay in a universe that has trillions upon trillions of freaking, different alien species. Yeah. Well, just gonna wait for the audience to gather before I get started, because as of right now, there's only a few people. Just waiting for a few more before I get to the main event. Anyway, let's just highlight the first few comments. No, they don't care about Star Wars. If they truly did, they would actually be talking about something they like, rather than constantly ranting and raving about every fucking thing. I mean, it's really sad when all you have amongst the fandom menace is a community that does nothing but complain 24/7. These people cannot be satisfied. These people, no matter what you do, they will always complain. They will always find something to fucking complain about. I mean, these people complain about the stupidest things. Then again, the fandom menace, just like Trump supporters in the capital of Washington, D.C., they're dying. They're a cult. And once Orange Man is out of office, you're likely not going to hear it from these people again because of how irrelevant that they're becoming. And, well, I do have another stream it's going to be next week, basically ripping apart one of the worst books I've ever had to listen to on Audible, Fandom Menace Volume 1 of Fandom Betrayed, which is nothing more than fanboy entitlement nonsense. Now, why am I doing this? You may ask. Why am I still doing Fandom Menace content? Well, Fandom Menace are reactionary nerds. And, well, if you're a reactionary nerd, nobody is off limits. Nobody. And honestly, with the High Republic, they've been, considering that the freaking Rise of Skywalker did not get what they wanted, the Fandom Menace are just desperate to keep their movement relevant. Oh, the audiobook for Fandom Menace Volume 1 is Midnight's Edge. And hearing him read some of the stuff in that book, I'm not going to spoil too much. I'll get into detail about it in a future stream. Let's just say it read like a manifesto of a future mass shooter. Not even exaggerating. Oh. Trump supporters have stormed, the Capitol building, and they're fighting the police. It's crazy. It's all over social media. But me and B Level will be addressing that tomorrow on Ewoks Unhinged. For those of you who, are looking forward to that, well, just wait and see. Honestly, the only reason why I'm still doing something about the fandom menace is because, well, come on, they provide us with some decent entertainment, and not to mention, hell, let's kill some time for a few hours while everything's going to shit. Anyway, if you guys have any other ridiculous bullshit that you can, find, just give me a link and I'll actually, react to that video. Anyway, let's begin with this Cringe by Geeks and Gamers. All right, let's begin. The only good part of his channel.
What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about a clear divide.
Okay, that thing he said at the beginning of his videos, by the way, him saying that thing every single video is what made me stop watching Geeks and Gamers, because it was cringe just hearing him say that every single day. Figured I'd just tell you people that. I did watch Geeks and Gamers, and I'm ashamed to even say it. God, this guy is cringe. I haven't watched this guy in so fucking long. It's ridiculous.
At Lucasfilm. You have the Favreau-Filoni vision, which is clearly moving in the direction that the fans want, and the majority.
Okay. Evidence? Are you really pushing this nonsense that has been debunked multiple times? Okay, let's just let him talk.
Majority of Star Wars fans are satisfied. You have the Clone Wars Season 7, which made everyone happy. You go look at those final 4 episodes, you look at the response to those episodes, and it's clear that everyone loved those episodes. Obviously, The Mandalorian has taken the world by storm. Now, I've said I don't like The Mandalorian as much as it seems that everyone else likes it, but I do enjoy it. It is good, and it has decent elements to it. I have some problems with it, but overall,
what are those problems? Elaborate. Is it woke stuff, or is it something legitimate? I think I'm gonna go for the woke stuff, because that's what all these types seem to think. Then again, I don't watch Geeks and Gamers, so who knows?
Can't deny the reception of The Mandalorian, and I very much did enjoy the return of Luke Skywalker, but the overall vision behind these series is drastically different from anything we have seen from Kathleen Kennedy's sequel trilogy and the nonsensical SJW pandering.
Well, do you know Kathleen Kennedy is involved in Mandalorian? You do know they can't do anything without her approval, right? Kathleen Kennedy hired Favreau. Kathleen Kennedy freaking, is involved in many of these Star Wars projects. I'm not freaking shilling for her, but nope, I do not care about Boroman. This has nothing to do with him. Oh, I have an echo. Oh, it must be. Oh, yeah. Actually, hold on. Let's settle that. I'll just put on my headphones. Yeah, she is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But you know what? The fandom menace will deny anything if it goes against their agenda. I mean, my God. I know. Okay, I don't like Kathleen Kennedy, but facts are the facts. We can't just deny stuff that's objectively true. Honestly. And it's ridiculous to basically say, oh, this isn't true because I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. I don't like her, but it's a fact that she, is involved in Mandalorian. And to say that Mandalorian is only good because of Filoni and Favreau is being intellectually dishonest. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I mean, seriously, let's continue with this cringe.
Well, now, We are getting the High Republic. And this is why we cannot get overly excited for Disney Star Wars, because Kathleen Kennedy is still in charge. We still have Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant working on a show.
Did you actually? I doubt you've even bothered reading this.
Now we are getting the High Republic.
I mean, seriously. Make up your goddamn mind. You know, if you fucking... I mean, seriously. What is this video about? Are you that desperate to gain some, viewership because of the High Republic? I've read the first book, at least the first 18 chapters. I don't see anything woke in there. Then again, we all know what your real agenda is. You're all up for the views. You're a grifter. And I don't think you even believe any of this bullshit that you're talking about. But let's continue.
We have Patty Jenkins now, who that doesn't seem as good as it used to be after Wonder Woman 1984. We have Patty Jenkins working on a Star Wars film. But we just...
You do realize most of the problems with Wonder Woman 1984 is the fault of Warner Brothers? But no, let's ignore it because she's a woman.
Got this clip of the High Republic today. And let me tell you something. If you think Lucasfilm has moved away from Kathleen Kennedy's SJW nonsense, there is absolutely no way that is possible, because the High Republic just approved it with a cringe SJW trailer. Now, again,
a cringe SJW trailer. Okay, I'm gonna look this up right now because something tells me you're full of crap. I'm gonna look this up because I doubt you're actually gonna show, anybody this trailer. So I'm just gonna look at the trailer and see what's wrong with it, according to the anti-SJWs. All right. Okay, people. I'm just gonna switch to the High Republic, trailer, because according to Geeks and Gamers, it's cringe. So let's see what is wrong with this trailer. All right. Okay, people, let's say what's wrong with it. Oh, oops, I fucked up on that one. Okay, guys, just give me a second. I'm not used to doing this shit live. All right, hopefully I don't... All right, let's see. I mean, my God, it's not like you're ever going to read this stuff, and neither is your audience. You're just in for the clout. I mean, I doubt any of these people are even going to read any of this stuff. All right. Now, let's look at the trailer, because I doubt there's going to be anything wrong with it. All right. Let's watch, shall we?
We are the guardians of peace and justice. Beyond the stars is a near endless frontier. Our order was meant to shine its light in even the darkest corners of the galaxy. There, we found an evil that none of us had trained for, that threatens all we know. For the survival of the Republic, the fate of all Jedi, for control of the Force itself.
Okay. I think we all saw that. Geeks and Gamers is full of shit. There was nothing wrong with that trailer. There's nothing cringe about that trailer. Oh, because a woman does the narration? Wow. So that's what makes it cringe? That if they did that trailer, last year, I probably would have been hyped for the High Republic. I mean, seriously, that trailer was pretty good. But no, this is the fandom menace we're talking about here. They always have to make, everything into a non-issue. Something that's a non-issue into, oh my god, this is freaking cringe. It's like Kathleen Kennedy is in charge of all of Star Wars since freaking George Lucas gave her the fucking leadership. I mean, God, you people are fucking desperate as fuck to, keep yourselves relevant because you people are like Trump supporters in their dying breath. You're just trying to exploit this clout as long as possible until, you're inevitably fall into obscurity. No one's going to know who you are 5 years from now. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, they don't okay, here's the thing. They don't support the EU either. Honestly, the only time they even say anything about the EU is to trash the new canon. If they truly supported the EU, they would actually be supporting freaking the EU movement. But wait, they don't support that either. They've thrown the EU movement over under the bus when they no longer had any use. Yeah, I know. That trailer, there was nothing wrong with that trailer. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. I mean, my God.
I have heard for over a year that there is a divide at Lucasfilm. And
there's no evidence for that. And if there was a divide, it would be pretty obvious. Nope, that's just in your imagination and the imagination of Doomcock. Where is evidence for this divide? If there was a divide in Lucasfilm, it would not be this public. I mean, I guarantee you on that. And it wouldn't be going on for this long. There's no way Disney would tolerate such a thing. As much as I hate Disney, they have an image to protect, and they're not going to allow something like that to be open. But then again, I don't think you actually believe this nonsense because you're a grifter.
And it's clear to me that there is a divide. There is the Favreau-Filoni vision, and there is the Kathleen Kennedy SJW vision.
Kathleen Kennedy, Filoni, and Favreau are both working together. You fucking idiot! You idiot! Kathleen Kennedy approves of every project in Star Wars, from freaking the sequel trilogy to Mandalorian to the Bad Batch. Everything. No, this objectively is not true. I don't like Kathleen Kennedy, but this is false.
That is what's going on. Let's take a look at this High Republic trailer or advertisement. This is beyond terrible. This is sequel trilogy level cringy right here.
Oh, wait, we saw this. Oh, God. What is this reaction going to be?
Guardians of peace and justice. Beyond the stars is a near endless frontier. Our order was meant to shine its light in even the darkest corners of the galaxy. There, we found an evil that none of us had trained for, that threatens all we know. Force itself.
Okay, again, I said
Good
this.
God, that is terrible. That is awful.
Terrible? Are you fucking kidding me? What? Because there's a lot of people of color featured in the trailer and there was women? Is that what made it terrible? Wow, low-key sexism right there.
Now, they just put out something where they're trying to advertise. Where was it? There was something to advertise. Right here. There we go. This is Star Wars, the High Republic, a virtual author event. And there's the ones that are working on this garbage, this utter trash. None of these people care about Star Wars.
And you do. I hate to say it, but okay, let's go through this. You know, every single one of these people have some writing cred behind them, and they've written for Star Wars before they wrote the High Republic. One of these authors especially wrote the critically acclaimed Darth Vader comics. No, you're fucking full of shit about them not knowing Star Wars. Oh wait, let me guess, because most of them are women and people of color. Wow. Oh yeah, and Claudia Gray. She wrote some of the most critically acclaimed Star Wars novels of the last decade. You're fucking full of crap. You really are.
None of them. I understand Claudia Gray has written Star Wars. No. This is bad. This is bad.
You haven't read any of it. So how the fuck do you know?
And it just shows you that even with all of the good stuff that has happened with the Filoni Favreau element, and again, I very much loved the final 4 episodes of the Clone Wars. Loved it. Enjoyed The Mandalorian. Rebels was good. But it's bogged down by this. Like, this vision is not going anywhere. That's the problem. There is a divide.
Really? Then why is it hard to find a copy of the High Republic physical? Why is the High Republic, the first book in the series, why is it #1 bestseller on Amazon right now? No, this is nonsense. This is fucking nonsense. What you're talking about.
At Lucasfilm. And that's why you cannot get excited for the future of Star Wars, as I have said over and over and over again. It's Kathleen Kennedy. She's still there. She still has some level of influence. That's why we're getting this garbage, this trash known as the High Republic.
You mean like your channel? I mean, okay. I don't think you have any room to talk about how bad the High Republic is when you can't even produce good content. The only thing your channel is hate clicks. I mean, seriously, you haven't read any of this material. So how the hell do you know that it's woke? Unlike you, I've read the first 18 chapters of the High Republic. I've actually read and making an attempt to read it. Can you do that? No, because it would go against, your hate clicks. There's nothing woke about the High Republic. The only thing you think is woke, oh, there's a woman in there. Oh, there's a person of color in there. God, Star Wars fans are fucking disgusting. They're the most racist fandom out there. Yeah, I said it. Fuck the average Star Wars fan. I'm so sick of. Okay, I gotta continue.
This is SJW pandering to a T.
You mean, and the Rise of Skywalker wasn't? The Rise of Skywalker was trying to cater to people like you who didn't like The Last Jedi. You want to talk about SJWs? Look, have you not looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Nope. I don't think you actually can see the irony behind it. You're one of the biggest SJWs on the internet, and you don't even know it. You don't even realize how big of an SJW you really are. I mean, God.
Feels like the sequel trilogy.
The sequel trilogy, it doesn't even have the same aesthetic as the sequel trilogy. The aesthetic is different. This is the newest aesthetic we have gotten in Star Wars since Dawn of the Jedi. This is the first new era that has a different look since Dawn of the Jedi. What argument do you have? Oh, because it isn't wide enough for you? Oh, I wonder how would you react if you knew the actor who played the Mandalorian wasn't white. This is the thing with these people. Everything is political if it's not a white male in the center. But if it's anybody else, it is. I mean, I've been proven time and time again that the Star Wars fandom are some of the most racist and misogynist fandoms out there. And my God, holy crap.
Doesn't feel any different than what we got with the sequel trilogy. It feels no different. It feels
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to compare the sequel trilogy, which you were shilling for The Force Awakens, by the way, which had the exact same aesthetic as the original trilogy, doesn't have anything new to call its own, to The High Republic, which has effort put into it. The aesthetic is completely different. And how is it disconnected? You haven't even read any of it. The High Republic has been mentioned in various sources of canon. And you haven't read any of it, so how do you know it's disconnected?
Disconnected from the Mandalorian. It feels disconnected to the.
That's because it's 200 years into the past, you fucking moron.
From the Clone Wars. True garbage.
Oh, I guess by your logic, Knights of the Old Republic would be garbage in itself because it's 4,000 years before the events of the movies. Wow. Okay. What other words of wisdom are going to come out of your stupid mouth?
So just as it seems, just when it seems things could be shifting in one direction at Lucasfilm, we have to remember that Kathleen Kennedy is still there.
You didn't even know who the hell she was until The Last Jedi came out. And I doubt most of the fandom cares. The only people that are still complaining about her are the fandom menace. Everyone else has moved on like normal human beings.
Hired a lot of people that see this company for what she wants it to be, which is nothing more than political propaganda.
Political propaganda? Motherfucker! Have you not seen Hollywood? Hollywood's always spread political propaganda. The only reason it's more liberal than conservative because freaking mainstream America is liberal, not conservative. Hollywood represents mainstream America. But then again, you wouldn't understand that because you're a Trump-tard.
Right here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments
And
below.
I also find it ironic you complain about politics, that you shove politics, every chance you get. The hypocrisy, if only you knew the irony, honestly, of what you were saying.
Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.
Okay, I had enough of this. I had enough of Geeks and Gamers. Oh my, holy shit. Holy shit, my God. We're only freaking one video into this nonsense. It's like, holy shit. The fandom menace, my God, they're desperate. They really are desperate at this point to keep themselves relevant. They really are. I mean, they're trying to complain about the littlest things. No, I'm saving the best for last. Ryan Kinnell, oh boy. Honestly, I'm going to just go take a look at the comments because before I get to the next react, it's, oh my God, that was seriously one of the worst, that was one of the worst videos I've ever watched from Geeks and Gamers, and that is saying something. It's like, wow, the bar has been set that low that I would rather, do anything than watch that particular video of Geeks and Gamers. All right. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's like, okay, you say you hate Kathleen Kennedy, yet she's responsible for The Mandalorian. How the hell can you say that, freaking Mandalorian, has nothing to do with Kathleen Kennedy? I mean, Jesus Christ. And, just for curiosity, I'm just going to take a look at another YouTube channel before I get there. Because, my God, I just got to take a look. Nah, nothing of interest. And I'm not reacting to more than just one video, thing regarding the High Republic. It probably would say the same thing. I don't understand how anyone, can freaking watch these people's content. Considering the fact that it's all the same shit. I wonder, will Yellow Flash be as bad as Geeks and Gamers? We will have to wait and see. Honestly. Because, well, we will have to wait and see. But before I get to the next video, I'm going to look at the comments. Yeah, they are grifters, but I gotta go through the comment. Yeah, they're not going to read any of it. They're just going to complain about shit they will never read because the fandom menace are illiterate. They complain about everything Star Wars. They fucking will shit on the EU when they don't need to use the EU for their own bullshit. The only time they ever use the EU is to shit on the new canon. They never use the EU for any other reason. I hate the fandom menace. I truly do. Yeah, they're a bunch of right-wing fuckwats. They truly are. I mean, a lot of them are borderline fascists, and I don't think Evan V. Skyver is the only one that is like that. Where me and B Level are covering that tomorrow, Christopher Parker. Let's see, they are racist and sexist. Well, Geeks and Gamers, let's just say he's their idea of an alpha male, even though he looks like a joke. Honestly, the fandom menace are gonna freaking become completely irrelevant. I mean, most of them are Trump supporters anyway, so they're going to freaking fade out up to obscurity. Barely any of them are going to be relevant. Geeks and Gamers might find some way to keep themselves relevant. Yeah, they are reverse SJWs. That's exactly what they are. Nothing much. Yourself? Let's see. I can't comment so far on the High Republic. I have to read the first book. I'm gonna do a Jedi's Cantina episode on it. Yeah, I agree. How can they not understand this? I feel shade for do it too. Don't feel bad. We all made some terrible mistakes. Oh, Yellow. I don't even know if Yellow Flash is a fandom menacer, but you know what? I might as well I consider him the same freaking group of people. Yeah, I do. Now, without further ado, let's get this cringe over with. Oh, the Quarter Pounder. If you guys got anything related to the High Republic regarding these people, give them to me right now, because I will react to them on this stream. If you can find them, give them to me. Because I'm going to end this with Ryan Kennel. Because I think I have to save the best for last. Anyway, I never watched Yellow Flash before, and I don't know how much cringe Yellow Flash is going to be. So, without further ado, let's begin.
The more stuff that comes out from Disney Star Wars, the more I start to really believe that there's different factions at Lucasfilm.
Whoa, really? You really buy into this nonsense? You do realize Doomcock probably doesn't believe any of this, and neither does Geeks and Gamers. But this guy, what he said just now, he was fucking serious. Wow, he was really serious. I wonder what he's gonna say. Let's watch the video for more.
Isn't that such a crazy idea? A bunch of people sitting at different lunch tables at a company. Like, I'm in the Kathleen Kennedy division. Yeah, I'm in the George Lucas division. But it really does seem that way. It really does seem like, I mean, when you watch The Mandalorian and you see what they're doing over there with Dave and John, it really does.
Kathleen Kennedy has involvement in Mandalorian, you fucking dumbass.
It does seem like that's trying to be more like the original trilogy. It's trying to be more in line with what's come before when it was good. And then you look at crap like this kind of trash, right? Like this.
And why is it trash? Is it trash because, oh my God, it has a bunch of black women. It has a bunch of, people of color. Oh my God, where are the whiteys? Is that what your argument's going to be? Well, I know he's not going to say that, but he's going to say it, in dog whistles.
The sequel trilogy, this High Republic stuff. And this does fall more in line with what Kathleen Kennedy wants to do. So,
what about Mandalorian? Kathleen Kennedy's involved in that. There isn't a single Star Wars project that she's not involved in. To deny this is to deny reality. Then again, you are a alt-right fucking SJW So of course you're going to invent this alternate reality that doesn't exist regarding what's going on in Lucasfilm. I can't believe people are still believe in this nonsense. God, the average Star Wars fan is dumb.
Yeah, I do think that there's something going on there. It's really strange and weird, but I think there might be something to a lot of those rumors. High Republic just got a big reveal. So this is the big reveal day. They went over this trailer. It's cringe, complete cringe.
Cringe. How was it cringe? Elaborate, please. Nope, you're not going to do that. Disappointing.
And here's the funny thing. It's ripping off so much stuff. What this is essentially trying to do is be a movie without a movie. That's what
the expanded universe was. What the fuck do you think the EU was doing in the 1970s and the early 1990s? What the fuck are you talking about? It's called the expanded universe. You do know what that is, right? Oh, of course. You're probably one of those film purists that think nothing but the movies, count as Star Wars.
What the High Republic is, which is funny because Lucasfilm has already done this when they made Shadows of the Empire. You remember Shadows of the Empire?
Great. You're going to mention the EU when it's convenient. What about the Thrawn trilogy? Do you think Shadows of the Empire was the first freaking project that was a multimedia project? You think Shadows of the Empire was the only part of the EU that was a movie without a movie? No, that was the EU. That was majority of it. Then again, these people never acknowledge the EU exists unless it's convenient for their bullshit, narrative.
It was a big Lucasfilm event with no movie. Or was it Lucasfilm, LucasArts, is all of them together? They did an action figure line. They did a video game. They released a soundtrack, comics. They made a big media event out of it. It was basically a movie without a movie. This is the same thing. They're releasing, I'm pretty sure toys are coming, comics, books, everything but the soundtrack. But they released a trailer. They're trying to make this the next big thing. And it's basically ripping off a lot of stuff that have come before it. The idea of a movie without a movie. They're taking a lot of KOTOR stuff, Knights of the Old Republic.
Nope. The aesthetic of the High Republic is not even close to being the same as the Old Republic. Have you ever fucking played Knights of the Old Republic or read any of the comics? The aesthetic for the High Republic is completely different. Oh my god, you fucking ignorant fucking moron. Can you at least pretend to actually know anything about the EU? You have something called Wikipedia, after all. The aesthetic of the High Republic looks nothing like the Old Republic.
Republic, that's pretty obvious. They just didn't want to go that far back. So this way they can still use lovable characters like Yoda, who I'm sure they'll find some way to ruin and screw up. Maybe he's non-binary at this point in his life. I don't know.
Wow, transphobia. Who fucking cares? Star Wars has a galaxy of trillions of fucking alien species. You actually think there wouldn't be freaking people that would be non-binary? That's ridiculous. And who's to say that Yoda's species even has a gender in general? It was never stated in either the canon or legends of it being the case. This is just nonsense. More right-wing garbage.
They'll figure something out, because if you look at what's going on with this, it is complete SJW cringe.
SJW cringe. You mean like this video? I mean, my God, you're getting triggered over a fucking series of books that barely came out and likely have never read. And never will read, because anti-SJWs are allergic to reading anything that isn't anti-SJW garbage.
It's all over it. That's why I said it's more in line with the Kathleen Kennedy stuff. And
again, there isn't a signal part of Star Wars under her leadership since 2012 that it wasn't fucking approved by Kathleen Kennedy. This is absurd. This is really absurd.
You have a lot of employees here that have trashed fans. Notably, I believe this Kevin Scott guy has.
Oh, God. Fucking commercials.
Through dungeons and PvP.
I can't say for sure. Justina Ireland has. I don't even think she's ever read a book.
I wonder why. Maybe because they've been harassed by people like you who freaking harass them on a daily basis. You know, there comes a point where I do believe these people do have a right to bite back. I mean, I don't believe in this nonsense. Customers are always right, considering how the fandom menace are full of entitled man-children like you who seem to think that you could do whatever the hell you want without consequences. Newsflash, you don't.
She said she always reads like the first chapter and quits them. And this guy right here, Daniel Jose Older, he said a lot of stuff to fans, a lot of nasty stuff. These people all line up with the Kathleen Kennedy agenda, except Charles Soule, who actually writes good stuff. Wrote the Darth Vader comic books, which are actually really good. I can't take that away from Marvel. The Star Wars Darth Vader Marvel comics that have come out have really been solid.
The Darth Vader Star Wars comics are fucking shit out of fucking fan fiction. Anyone that actually thinks those comics are good, I'm sorry. I question, your taste. All it is just freaking Darth Vader fanboying nonsense. It's just a Darth Vader fucking fanboy wet dream. It's a fucking Darth Vader fan fiction. Then again, it doesn't surprise me that you would like not garbage like that. All Darth Vader comics are is a freaking power fantasy. And that has no place in Star Wars.
He wrote a whole arc of those, and they were actually really good. So I would maybe read a comic by this from him, but the problem is all of this is interconnected. So you have to kind of read everything to get what's going on. And I'm not going to do that. But check this out. I saw this. Look at this character right here. And this is why you can tell they're ripping off a lot of stuff. Do you see this character right here with the beard and the way he's dressed? But look at his face. You know what he's a complete ripoff of? Kyle Katarn, if I'm saying that right. This character was in a lot of video games, very loved.
How is he a ripoff of Kyle Katarn when they fucking own Kyle Katarn, you moron? You can't rip off something you don't own.
Games. I believe he was in a book too. I'm not 100% sure, but
oh my God, you're gonna talk about you think you know something and you don't even know what book he appeared in. Kyle Katarn is a video game character, you idiot. He barely appears in the novels, other than being a background character. Wow, so much for being such a big Star Wars fan, right?
I remember him from like Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast, which are great games. If you've never played those, you should check them out. That guy looks completely like him. You can see it in the face. And like, look at him here. Look at how he looks. And then head over here and look at this character. Maybe I'm just seeing this stuff, but this character looks exactly like Kyle. Maybe that's just me, but I see a lot of similarities there. They're just pretty much taking.
I don't see any similarities. You're just reaching
whatever they want. And to be fair, they're allowed to do that, right? This is their property. So I'm not going to say they're not allowed to do that, but I think this is insane. These characters are ugly.
Ugly? Based on what? Based on what? I'm serious. I would like to know, in your wisdom, what makes them ugly?
Like this character, she got, that cyberpunk hairstyle, which a lot of NPC people have adopted, and so on and so on. So this is their big initiative to bring kids back into Star Wars. Highly doubt it. No one's going to read this trash. No.
Interesting that you say that, considering it's difficult to find a physical copy and on Amazon, the biggest online retailer. Light of the Jedi, the Kindle version and the physical version are both, the top of the list in terms of best-selling books on opening fucking day. Nope. No. I guess nobody's reading it, despite the fact that it's one of the highest selling books right now.
No one's going to care. They're making a big deal about this because, of course, this has got Kathleen Kennedy's name all over it.
So does Mandalorian. So does Clone Wars Season 7. So does Bad Batch. So does Rogue One.
We'll see what happens for them. The event trailer was completely laughable. I don't even want to go through it, but this is just another joke. This isn't going to make anybody excited for Star Wars. It's going to be complete cringe. And look at this art. Like, you would want to bring in like manga people, and this is what you do, like this cheap
This is for kids, this particular book. Okay. And my God, what the manga?
Tumblr art. Like, this isn't going to get anybody excited for Star Wars. I'm sorry. This looks like Tumblr fanfic garbage.
You know, people can throw that argument towards Legends, right? You know, you do know that people can use that same argument against Legends. But then again, you're not really a Star Wars fan. You're just complaining for the sake of complaining.
But hey, you know, what do I know? I just actually buy things. So, yeah. But here's some good news, right? And this came out. Apparently, the Mandalorian characters are going to replace the sequel trilogy characters at Galaxy's Edge, which would make sense because kids do like the Mandalorian. What they don't like is Kylo and Rey. Like, no kids give a damn about the sequel trilogy characters.
That's false. Despite them being a minority, there are people that like the sequels. This is the same kind of nonsense people like you spread about people not liking the prequel trilogy. No, this is nonsense.
And what was funny, this comes from WDW Pro, too, by the way, who actually is pretty credible. It says you maintain an 87% accuracy rating for reports about Disney parks plans.
Okay, I'm not interested.
Actually popular. The Ahsoka, to go see. Some people have Mandalorian. So
okay, I'm not interested. I think the meat of the video that I was reacting to, there's no point of reacting to it further because there's nothing of interest to react to. Honestly, I mean, in a nutshell, it's just complaining for the sake of complaining. That's all this is. And I doubt, he's read anything. I don't even think he knows anything about Star Wars in general. I mean, there's literally no point. Anyway, before we get to the best of these cringe, I'm just gonna look at the comments and see how they are. All right. Okay. Just saving. All right. Let's see. I mean, it is really dumb. I mean, Yellow Flash, I never watched his videos before, but holy crap, I'm glad I never have. I mean, my God, that video was cringe. It's just one nonsense after the other. And I mean, one thing I love about these people, their common thing that they do when they deflect accusations of racism, I don't care about the race or gender of these people. I just want good story. Yeah, go ahead, tell everybody that, but you're not going to fool anyone that you aren't anything but a racist and a sexist. I mean, come on, you have nobody fooled. The fandom menace, you guys you don't have anybody fooled. You may be able to fool, some stupid lucking liberal, but you don't fool me. You don't fool, most sane people. People who say, I just want good stories. Okay, why do you say that? Oh, wait, the person is black. Oh, the person is transgender. Oh, the person is gay. Do you want good stories, or do you not? Or do you just don't want, groups of people that you don't want to see in your Star Wars? And I'm sick of this nonsense being pushed, and I'm sick of, these people who are not expanded universe fans use the EU as a way to fucking shit on Disney Star Wars rather than actually genuinely promoting the EU, because none of these people care. Oh, this guy looks like Kyle Katarn. When if you look at the two characters in the one of the High Republic books and the covers, I don't see a resemblance to Kyle Katarn, and it's just dumb. I mean, shit. I mean, if you guys got anybody else to react to, give me a link. Give me a link and I will react to it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to say that because these people seem to get triggered by not seeing, a non-white person, in front and center of anything. I don't understand how anyone still believes the nonsense that freaking don't fucking. Oh my god! There's a civil war in Lucasfilm. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. If there was a civil war, I think it would be pretty public by now. And I don't think Disney would allow that. Disney would probably fire the people who are causing the problem to begin with. There's no way they'd allow this. Disney isn't stupid. And they can't even give good reasons why Star Wars is getting destroyed either. At least EU fans early on had a valid argument about Star Wars being destroyed for them. Then, of course, those valid arguments, completely went out the window over time. But then again, yeah. Yeah, of course. Freaking none of these people actually genuinely care about this geek stuff. Because honestly, they're just your stereotypical 4chan fucking trolls. That the only thing they're interested in is causing trouble. They're not interested, in actually having a conversation. They're your stereotypical 4chan troll. The real Star Wars fans are shut out, honestly, of these conversations. We're not allowed to actually have a valid argument. Honestly. Okay. I just don't like the Darth Vader comics. I'm sorry. I do not like the Darth Vader comics. To me, it's fan fiction. Nonsense. To me, it's just a power fantasy for Darth Vader fanboys. Honestly, that's all the Darth Vader comics are. I'm just looking through these comments. They do have horrible taste in art. What they like is fucking power fantasies. I mean, I can't take any of these people seriously if they say the Darth Vader comics are really good. It's like, no, they're trash. All they are is fucking power fantasies, and power fantasies have no place in Star Wars. And I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't think they have any place in Star Wars for fantasies. They don't have any place in Star Wars. And that's that's one of the reasons I don't really like The Force Unleashed, because of the power fantasy element that those games push when it comes to Starkiller. Starkiller feels more like a power fantasy character than an actual character. But anyway, let's get on to the best, or maybe the worst of them all. Ryan Kinnell's High Republic. Will his be as bad as Yellow Flash? We shall see.
What's going on?
Probably the only good part of Ryan Kinnell's video is the intro.
Guys, this is Ryan with RK Outpost, and it's been a crazy few weeks for Star Wars fans, with Luke Skywalker's return in The Mandalorian exciting so many people, only to be reminded of exactly who Lucasfilm is when Pablo Hidalgo went after Star Wars Theory.
Holy shit, this guy is so fucking angry. Oh god, so fucking angry. And as for Pavel Hidalgo going after Star Wars Theory, that was taken out of context. That never happened. That's just nonsense that you're pushing to make yourselves out to look like the victims. Star Wars Theory is not innocent in the slightest. You're really going to talk about that when his fanboys literally, were giving Arcade's Ladder death threats? No. Fuck Star Wars Theory. Seriously.
Continuation of the treatment of fans from Lucasfilm that we have seen for years.
Oh, give me the smallest violin, please. You mean the same group of people that have harassed actors, content creators, and God forbid, George Lucas himself? The reason he sold the franchise in the first place is because of harassment. God forbid some of these people actually fight back against entitled fans like you. You know what? No, I'm sorry. You don't get to ask somebody for years and not expect somebody to fight back eventually. No, you don't get to bully people and not expect consequences. Then again, these people don't believe in personal responsibility.
And now to cap off, you have the launch of Star Wars The High Republic. And if you've been following along, if you've been paying attention, you knew, just like me, that it would be woke SJW garbage. And that's
and you haven't read it. You don't, it's not woke, and it's not SJW. And it's not garbage. As someone that was critical towards Light of the Jedi, I can tell you what I've read of it so far, it is not woke and it's not garbage. What other words of wisdom do you have?
exactly what so many people are realizing today. Now, if you
So many people are realizing, you mean the same like 10 people who constantly rant about the same shit day in and day out? I mean, you don't speak for the majority of the fans, dude. Majority of the fans don't give a fuck, about this, cultural war shit. They just want to enjoy Star Wars. They don't give a shit about the complaining 24/7 about fucking a series of fucking books based on a franchise that was made for fucking kids. Holy shit. Adult Star Wars fans are the most pathetic group of fans in the world. I'm sorry. I don't care if I shit on these people. If I come off as an anti-fan, no, I'm not an anti-fan. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And I'm sick and tired of having these morons like him dominate the conversation when it comes to being critical of Disney Star Wars. Because of this idiot, EU fans are all lumped in the same bullshit, racist, misogynist nonsense, all because of him. Anyway, let's continue.
you don't know what Star Wars The High Republic is, it started off as a secret Project Luminous. It is a publishing event that is going to go across books and comic books and even TV series. Don't worry, Leslie Headland's series The Acolyte, the female-focused show, that will wrap up the High Republic era. So can't wait for that. You knew it was going to
And why is that a bad thing?
be great, right? The High Republic, it is supposed to be a big storytelling event. It's supposed to capture in a small way what the Star Wars Expanded Universe did for years before Disney bought Star Wars, and they eventually...
I love it how you talk about the EU, but only do it when it comes to shitting on Disney Star Wars. I've never once seen you actually talk about the Expanded Universe on its own merit, which, you know what, gives the image to the average fan that the EU is not good. When you constantly trash, the new stuff to bring up the old, what you're doing is not promoting the new stuff, the old stuff. You're promoting the new stuff at the expense of the old. If you truly were an EU fan, you would not be doing this. You're promoting the new canon at the expense of the old canon. I just don't understand how dumb you are. You can't get this basic concept. You don't promote the EU, then trash the Disney Star Wars, because you're going to make people who don't like, who are skeptical about the EU, go to Disney Star Wars canon, because at least that part of the fandom in their mind are not full of man-children like you. you do realize this, right? You're not helping the EU. You're actually killing the EU by doing this, by constantly propping up the EU at the expense of the new canon.
Eliminated it from canon. And we're going to go over the trailer. We're going to go over all the new art that was revealed. Here's just a little preview for you. If like this is really what they're featuring right now in their concept art. Ram Jamaram. What do you have to say? That's what we have. That's what they've been advertising, but it shouldn't really be a surprise when you look at who the authors are and when you look at what their actual end goal is.
Racism and freaking fat shaming. Oh boy. Wow. Wow. Just wow. And that character design with that woman, she looks like a Star Wars character. What's your problem? Oh, because she's black. I guess that's the problem.
And of course, we should probably watch this, right? This is the introduction to Star Wars: The High Republic. And who showed up? Who showed up to kick the whole thing off? You knew who it would be, didn't you? You had to know. You had to know.
Welcome, everybody. We couldn't be more thrilled to be starting the High Republic Publishing Initiative. And we've got this wonderful selection of authors here for a panel discussion. And to explain a little bit more about what this era is inside of Star Wars, we put together this piece that gives you some idea of what the High Republic era is all about. Enjoy.
She was really excited. She seems like they only did that in one take. She had a couple pauses, things like that. She probably had to read the cue cards. But good job, Kathy, for going out there. Everybody loves when Kathleen Kennedy's around. Let's take a look so you can get a look at the trailer.
We are the guardians of peace and justice.
Yeah.
Beyond the stars is a near endless frontier.
And this out looks totally like Kyle could.
Light in even the darkest corner.
This looks yellow flash pointing this out looks totally like Kyle Katarn.
Nope. Doesn't look anything like Kyle Katarn. Nope. And it's not like Kyle Katarn is the first Star Wars Jedi to have a beard and a mustache. No, that's
total ripoff.
Oh God. Fucking, ads.
Agree.
Of the galaxy. There, we found an evil that none of us had trained for, that threatens all we know.
Centuries before the Skywalker song. Now everybody got really hyped over seeing Yoda. Of course you were going to see Yoda, like so many people predicted in this era. They will put Yoda in there as well. So got to get some member berries.
For the survival of the Republic, the fate of all Jedi, for control of the Force itself.
Star Wars: The High Republic. A new adventure begins. Now, you may have noticed in there, it was a pretty diverse crowd. Well, a pretty diverse crowd of Jedi. Well, that's not really a surprise, is it? Because going all the way...
You do realize Star Wars has always been diverse in terms of, aliens, different skin tones for the human characters. Star Wars is a fucking galaxy of billions of fucking beings. This isn't fucking Earth. This is a fucking fantasy series. And, oh, God forbid, we are more inclusive and actually represent more percentage of the population. No. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he believes in the white genocide garbage.
back to the announcement trailer. Remember when so many of us saw this whiteboard and we saw not only should fiction be focused on diversity, but they wanted Star Wars wishes to be focused on representation and diversity. So it shouldn't really be a surprise when we see those things happen and play out on the screen, is it? And obviously what I'm talking about is a lot of these characters that they create. We have been talking about this for a while now. You have Avar Kriss. We've talked about Avar Kriss. She's kind of supposed to be the big hero of this, evidently. She's the brightest and most noble example of Jedihood. She always tries to see the good in everyone. She is the best of the best. The best of the best in an era that has Grandmaster Yoda there. Now he's not Grandmaster yet, but he's Master Yoda. But Avar Kriss is the best ever. As we have said so many times, we knew this would be happening. We've gone over some of these other characters, Stella Gios, Vern, another person who's just a woman or a young girl that's just the best at everything. Love those characters. And you have Keeve Trennis, who again is the one you saw with the haircut. They've changed her art style just a little bit. But then they introduced new characters today, again, like this person. Now, this reminds me so much of New Warriors, which ended up getting canceled. The chick with the backpack, Trailblazer, I think her name was. This is basically a carbon copy of Trailblazer. When you look at all these things that are happening, you see the reactions out there from people who are just excited to get Black Jedi. This is the crowd that they're seeking. Honestly, if nobody else sees it, we got at least 3 more Black Jedi than we ever had before, and I give thanks. I'm rooting for everybody black, and they're really happy at all of the Black Jedi that are...
Wow, so triggered. Why is this relevant? Wow, race is... Jesus, you're not being, like, subtle with your racism, are you?
Going to be there. So congratulations to you. These are the fans that Star Wars is seeking, not people that care about good stories, but people that care about diversity and representation.
You don't care about good stories. You're just as much as the SJW as you accuse all Disney Star Wars fans of being. If these characters were all white, you wouldn't be freaking complaining about this. Let's be real. What you're really triggered by is diversity. If there was no diversity, you'd be praising the High Republic like it's a second thing since sliced bread. Come on. What you really care about is not stories. You don't care about that. That's just a cover for your bullshit racist and misogynist rhetoric. God forbid we have more black people in Star Wars. God forbid we actually have a black woman that isn't freaking a character that could have been taken out of the story and replaced with another character. Yeah, I'm referring to Mace Windu. Mace Windu was not a victory for black representation in Star Wars. You could have token him out and nothing would have changed. You could have had any other character doing it, or Ollie Gallia, a minor background character. No. Star Wars is not a franchise just for white men, and it seems like you want Star Wars to be a freaking white boys club, and you're triggered that it's no longer a white boys club. Now, before I continue with this video, I'm going to read the comments. Sorry, guys, if I haven't been paying attention. I've been trying to freaking read this. I mean, holy shit. Ugh. Let's see. Okay, she says the same thing. Then I guess saving the cringiest person for last was the best decision. But then again, maybe I should watch that Star Wars girl anyway. Let's see. I'd like to see what she has to offer. I am genuinely curious about what she said. Honestly, I really am. So I'll take a look at it in a little bit. Yeah, it is a bitch fest. That's what they do. Wow, so much Star Wars girl bashing. Yeah, I agree. It is the worst offense of bigotry. Because they constantly deny that they're bigots, yet they constantly say racist things, in the same breath as to say, I care about stories, not, diversity. And it's funny. It's never the, people of color in the fandom that say this mostly. They never give them a chance to speak. It's always these chuds who are likely Trump supporters and fucking fuming with rage right now that Trump is not going to be president. These are the same kind of people, honestly. And I cannot believe the EU fucking movement died on the hill of wanting to work with this guy. I mean, and this video is very problematic. It truly is. Consider the fact that he's, of course, again, this is the first time he's been an open racist. I mean, he on Twitter, he's fucking more of a racist than he is on YouTube. He's more freaking overt with his racism than he is here, but holy shit. Yeah. It's like, it's so funny how these people, these EU fans that are fandom menace, they will freaking never talk about the EU until it's convenient to talk about the EU. They don't do anything but promote the new canon by shitting on the old, you know what I mean? By shitting on the new canon, they freaking promote the new canon. And if you really want to promote the EU, you don't shit on the new canon. You promote the EU on its own. I know, fuck the ads. I mean, seriously. Yeah, most of their EU knowledge is fucking coming from articles. I doubt they even read the EU. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Ryan Kindle, most of his knowledge is on Wikipedia. No, I'm going there because he's never done a video talking with the EU in depth. Then again, he could be an EU fan, a real one, but I have some serious doubts if he is a real EU fan, considering the fact that the only thing I see him doing is inadvertently promoting Disney Star Wars. He isn't freaking actually, promoting the EU. He's promoting Disney Star Wars by constantly shitting on it. And it's a contradiction to be pro Disney, EU if you're constantly inadvertently supporting fucking, you know what I mean? It's the same kind of nonsense for Captain Marvel. Oh my god. There is a Star Wars girl video. Oh god. Well, we're going to have to react to her after this. I'm sorry. I cannot resist. Nobody is freaking off limits. All right, let's continue with this cringe.
And as I said, the Acolyte will also be onto that. Leslie Headland, former Harvey Weinstein assistant, will explore the High Republic era on screen towards the end of the High Republic. This is all a big interconnected story.
What is wrong with that? That's what the EU did. But you have a problem with it because diversity.
You can see this is what they're going for. The cringe art style that you
cringe art style. There's some cringe art style in the expanded universe as well. Art is subjective. You do know that, right? I mean, come on. The Knights of the Old Republic comic, by John Jackson Miller, it has some of the worst art in Star Wars comics because it cannot keep its art consistent. I mean, come on. It's not like the EU doesn't have its fair share of cringy art. This is just nonsense. This is a fucking universe full of space wizards. This is a universe that fucking is basically combines elements of fantasy and science fiction. There's a reason why Star Wars is the most diverse, universe out there. It's because of that reason. It isn't hard sci-fi like Dune or Terminator. Star Wars, mixes various different fantasy elements and science fiction. That's why it appeals to most people. If you're not a fan of science fiction, you could still love Star Wars because it has the fantasy element. The same thing if you're not a fan of fantasy, it has the science fiction elements. Are you against diversity in Star Wars? I don't see anything wrong with the art style.
Have here with, I think that's Camaran or whatever the fuck her name is, the fat one, on this speeder bike with another Jedi. It is currently getting roasted all over social media for the Cringe trailer. And
the only thing I see is you're speaking from the fandom menace, who will do anything to shit on anything that is Star Wars, regardless if it's good or not. The High Republic could be the best fucking Star Wars content ever made, and you'd still find something wrong with it because you're never satisfied.
In the Cringe interviews, and the interviews were with the authors of the High Republic, the authors of what was known as Project Luminous. Now, Ichibaka did a deep dive on these people, and it's not really a surprise that this is how it turned out when you look at how they feel about white people. Claudia Gray is one of...
Wow. White genocide, folks. I guess he's gonna be pushing that.
These people. Now, she's written a couple books that people do really like, but it's pretty hard to overlook all the things she hates about white men. All of these tweets talking shit about white men. And then...
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh my God. She's talking about a bunch of reactionary white man children like yourself. Oh boy. Can you give me the smallest violin, please? Just give it to me. Oh my God. Oh my God, you know, they're sexist against white men. Oh my God, I'm pretty sure you're taking her out of context.
Of course, you have Justina Ireland. Justina Ireland, again, one of the authors. Justina Ireland, again, hates white people, hates white men.
I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe because she lives in a racist society that is extremely racist and sexist towards her. I don't know. Maybe it's that, or maybe because she's grown up in a systematically racist culture and fucks like you constantly harass her, you know, every chance you get on social media for everything she does, good or bad.
She's made that perfectly clear that authors of color should really be giving the benefit of that. They should be getting more opportunities. Too many white men are writing...
I don't think that's what she said.
...things, according to Justina Ireland. And you have pages and pages of her tweets. And then you get to Daniel Jose Older, who is really obsessed with race and really obsessed...
You want to know what these people have in common? They're not white. They're affected by this white supremacist culture that you're a part of. And they're obsessed with race. If I don't see anybody more obsessed with race than you. You people get triggered with the very notion of fucking black, you know, people actually standing up for themselves. You get triggered over the notion of black people protesting against getting murdered by the police. People like you advocate for black people to get run over by freaking the police, and freaking people like you advocate for fucking black people to continue to be freaking pushed down because, you know, you are uncomfortable with the concept of race being brought up. You know what? You little white boy, I'm going to tell you this right now. You know, people of color, they don't have the luxury of privilege like you do. Okay? They don't have the luxury of, you know, not worrying about race. Race is always on their mind. And if you don't understand that, then you're a white supremacist and you support white supremacy and you benefit from it.
Obsessed with hating white people.
White people. There is no racism against white people. That's false.
Scroll through his history of tweets and it takes...
Yeah, you have no problem with, you know, anti-Semitic dog whistles or white supremacist dog whistles by you and your followers.
You a long time to scroll all the times that he takes shot at white people.
I don't see anything wrong.
Times that he says that all these other people should be getting opportunities instead of white people because
I
of
doubt he said that.
all the things that white people have done in their history.
Well, if you're not a person of color, you wouldn't know why they would feel that way.
I'm not done scrolling. This is all Daniel, Jose, older. So when these are the people that you decide to make up your writing staff to craft this story, we shouldn't really be surprised when this is what we end up having. Star Wars: The High Republic is exactly what everyone thought it would be.
Everyone, you're referring to your group. The only people that are still consistently complaining about Star Wars is your group. The only people that are complaining about diversity, regardless if it serves the story or not, is your group. You don't speak for everybody. You don't speak for Star Wars fans. You only speak for you and your audience, because you people are not the majority of the Star Wars fandom. You're not the majority of the customer base like you think you are. I mean, there's still Star Wars project being made. There's the High Republic is a success. It's doing well. The first book in the High Republic, The Light of the Jedi, is #1 on Amazon. So yeah, let's ignore the success of the High Republic because you're triggered by the very idea that Disney is doing something new and different with Star Wars. Yeah, whatever. If you truly cared about good writing, you wouldn't get so triggered every chance you get fucking on every fucking thing. Oh my god. See. Oh my god, this is just cringe. Yeah. Well, I'm doing a Star Wars girl video next after this. I know, they are. Star Wars fans are some of the most immature fucking man children in the planet. I mean, my god. No, he doesn't know shit about Star Wars. I mean, none of these criticisms are legitimate. All these offers, if you notice what they all have in common, they're women and people of color. The people that he's attacking. And I looked at the tweets. There's nothing racist about what they said. It's only racist against white men when their feelings are hurt. If anything, they're the ones obsessed with race more than anybody else because they can't stand the very idea of fucking people of color standing up for themselves. I mean, I'll look it up right now on Amazon, actually. I'm going to look it up. I mean, come on. I'm going to look this up right now about it, being honestly, because I could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt that it is a success. Just give me a second. Boy, do I love proving these idiots wrong. Because the facts are not on their side. All right. Let's see. Okay. High Republic. All right. Just looking. I'm doing this on my... All right. Let's just go. All right. Now, okay, I'm just looking. All right, Amazon. I'm just going to just showcase this. So I can show you just how wrong they are. And by the way, rather than just say stuff out of my ass that oh, this is actually, real, I'm just going to show you, it right now about, the success of the High Republic. The hardcover, which is the version I own, #1 bestseller in science fiction. #2, the Kindle. Let's just, yeah. And I know, and the audiobook isn't as high as the, physical book, but it still stands. But anyway, new releases. Okay, it's #2, which is not bad. Yesterday, it was #1. Number 2 for new release books. That's impressive. So this is going to be a New York Times bestseller, at the rate things are going. Best science fiction on Amazon and best in release books, and on the second day. So the claim that it is not a success is false. Honestly, it's really dishonest claiming that it's not a success when you're freaking ignoring, objective facts. I know he doesn't like facts. I know the fandom menace do not like being wrong, but they are wrong. So let's continue with this garbage, video. Cringe. The only thing cringe I see is your face. What the fuck do you think science fiction is? Science fiction is supposed to be diverse. Have you never read a science fiction book in your life other than Star Wars? Nope. That's just your imagination. There's nothing of that in the Light of the Jedi book. I know, I've read it, unlike you. And you know what? So what if it does? Let's just be real. You think the old expanded universe didn't do that? Didn't bring some stuff from current events in the books? I mean, have you forgotten Republic Commando? How political that series was? Oh, wait. You never read Republic Commando. So you probably wouldn't know on how political that series was. The sad part about this is you are bitching about a fucking book that barely came out, and you're still complaining and raving of a franchise whose primary audience is fucking children. Oh, really? Why don't you ever talk about them? Why don't you ever do a book club about any of these novels? Why are you insisting on complaining, about nonsensical shit when you could be held promoting these books instead of complaining about the same old shit? No, if you really cared, why are you still complaining about Disney Star Wars? Why aren't you freaking helping the EU movement, promote Legends? Why aren't you fighting for more Legends? Why aren't you freaking helping with the EU group, building, more fucking members? Why aren't you actually connecting with the greater Star Wars community? The only thing you're doing is alienating the greater Star Wars community from actually reading the EU. Because if somebody who doesn't know anything about the EU were to see this video, they'd be turned off by you and the expanded universe, and rightfully so. The right way. What do you mean the right way? Star Wars is a universe full of billions of aliens. And what is wrong with diversity? The only thing I see is you just do not like the fact there is not as many white characters in these stories. Newsflash, Star Wars is a universe full of billions of fucking humans. And who's to say most of them are white? It's nonsense. In fact, in Star Wars, there is no, Asians, there's no blacks, there's no whatever. They're all humans. Honestly, nobody cares. You're only complaining about this because there's not as many white male characters in Star Wars as there was 10 years ago. Grow up. Great storytelling. If you cared about great storytelling, why are you so fixated on the diversity? Why not give this shit a chance? Why are you so freaking butthurt because Lucasfilm is not catering to you? If you truly cared about great stories. If you truly care about great stories, why aren't you talking about these great stories in the EU? Why aren't you actually doing a book club, honestly? Why aren't you starting a group to actually do book clubs and actually do podcasts dissecting these books that you fucking have behind you? Why won't you do that? Because it's too much work. Because you actually would have to put the time to actually read the books. You have to put the time to actually write notes down. And you have to take the time to get a group of people that would want to do what you want to do and do it. You don't want to do that because it's easier bitching about everything Star Wars rather than actually have a real fucking discussion. That's all I see when it comes to you and every single person in the Fandom Menace. You're not interested in talking about Star Wars. You're only interested in bitching about Star Wars. We live in a different world than we did in 1991. There's more than just white people that are fans of Star Wars. The fucking franchise has to represent the fucking current world, not the world of the 1990s, not the world of the freaking 1970s. Star Wars, is supposed to be a universe where everyone could be in it. If it doesn't reflect that, then it's not fucking for everybody. Star Wars, it is fucking long past time that we have more black women in Star Wars, more black men in Star Wars. It's long past time we have, women in Star Wars that aren't, just, characters like Leia and Padme. We need more of those. Books are not good enough for most people. Most people don't read books. And it's ridiculous. Star Wars needs to evolve to adapt with the times. I love the EU. I really do. But most of the EU, especially in post-Return of the Jedi, was white male-centric. And if we want Star Wars to actually truly evolve to the evolving climate, it has to be more diverse. Having diversity in books isn't good enough for most people because most people don't want to read books. They want to see this stuff on screen. And you know what? We're finally seeing that. I love the EU as much as the next person, but come on. You don't really care about diversity. You don't really care about stories. You just don't want, the world not to revolve around you anymore. I'm sorry. Star Wars is no longer just for the old fans. And you aren't acting like an SJW with this video? No, you don't. You haven't read any of this, and you don't even know what's in these books. Art is made in the real world, you dumbass. This is what I'm talking about. These people have no respect for art. They want everything to be apolitical, yet don't care if their fucking politics are inserted into these stories. Star Wars is not this fucking right-wing bullshit that you want it to be. Star Wars is for everybody. At least I thought it was, but apparently you don't want Star Wars for everybody. You want Star Wars to be exclusionary. You want Star Wars to only cater to you and only you. You don't speak for the fans. That's not in the fucking Light of the Jedi. If you actually read the goddamn book, which I doubt you have, you will know it's not in that book. But you'll, of course, even if you read that book, you'll fucking twist it somehow and make it seem like there is. No, the only politics the only politics that, I see is people like you pushing your right-wing bullshit. You know what? Most of the fandom don't care about your shit. Most fans just want to enjoy Star Wars in peace. Most Star Wars fans aren't on the fucking internet complaining about meaningless bullshit like you are. Oh my god, that was cringe. My god. Oh god, Ryan Kennel is fucking cringe. I'm sorry. He really is cringe. Oh god. Holy shit, that was cringe. Oh my god, that was holy shit. I mean, okay. Ryan Kennel, I am so glad, I never watched him. I'm so glad. Oh god. Okay, I'm just reading through this. I'm so sick of these people acting like they, speak for Star Wars fans when they really don't. I'm so sick of them acting like they know everything about Star Wars when they don't. I'm so sick of these people acting like, oh my god, I just care about stories. If they truly cared about stories, why aren't they talking about these stories? Why are they always talking about, how much they hate the fucking Disney Star Wars canon, yet they won't actually do anything to actually talk about what was great about the EU? It's almost as if they were more interested in fucking bitching and complaining than actually, talking about content. It's not like you missed anything with Ryan Kennel. Ugh. Whatever. You guys didn't miss much. He was just bitching more and more about, he was just bitching more and more about, nonsense. You didn't miss much. Now, we're going to react to the cringiest one of them all. The cringe to rule all cringe. That Anna, that Star Wars girl. We're going to listen to her complain next about the High Republic. And I don't know how if I'll be able to take this cringe for that long. I don't know if I'll be able to take this cringe for that long. I really don't. Go.
What's up, all my you actual droids and Wookiees? It's
Oh
Anna,
god.
also known as that Star Wars girl, and today we are going to be talking about some big announcements that Disney released yesterday. So on the Star Wars YouTube channel, they had a live stream. Well, it was a premiere, which means it was a pre-recorded video that they set on the live stream, like I usually do on my channel. That way you get an instant feedback on, what people's reactions were. Funny how the comments on it was turned off though on the replay. Interesting. I wonder why. Well, they had this whole panel with Kathleen Kennedy herself introducing, this whole.
I'm sorry, I'm speeding this up.
And she didn't have any interaction with any of the writers. She didn't say anything except, "Hey, this is what this stream is going to be about." And it was all of the writers for the new High Republic series, just kind of about their projects. Funny.
High Republic children. Wonder. Oh, into holy crap! It's loading. Oh god. I'm sorry, I have to putting us through that Star Wars girl, but don't worry, the speed is at its high as it could possibly
watching
be.
This, it was you know, it was a little interesting. As one does, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, obviously.
Yeah, a huge Star Wars fan that can't actually name anything about Thrawn other than the Thrawn trilogy. A huge Star Wars fan that can't even properly pronounce Bashila Shan's name and call her Bashila Stan. It's like, come on. Come on. You're come on. Don't lie. Please don't lie.
And I was like, all right, let's sit here. It's a 50-something minute live stream, recorded video. Let's see if they can introduce me anything new. So let's take a look at it and see if they are able to.
And Claudia, I understand your book also introduces a different kind of villain for us.
If we catch crab in Virginia and Maryland...
Oh, fucking A. God damn it. I think I'm spared for the cringe for a few minutes. I mean, for a few seconds. Oh my god. God damn these commercials.
Yes, we have the Drendir show up, and they are...
I don't see anything wrong with that. I actually kind of like the design of this alien.
Sentient mobile plants. And if that does not sound scary at first blush...
Sentient mobile plants? You mean like the dad in Goosebumps Stay Out of the Basement episode? Huh?
What is wrong with that? It looks kind of cool, but I guess whatever.
Huh, never seen that before.
Oh, wait. And you start to realize this makes these villains very hard to kill.
Oh my god, if only there was something like, some kind of chemical or lightsaber that we could use to kill plants. Oh my goodness, is there anything like that out in the universe?
Oh my god. God, she's cringe. Oh my god, this is cringe.
Killer. You're not going to find this stuff at Walmart. You're going to have to go down to the farm store, your local co-op. This stuff I actually found at Tractor Supply. What you're looking for is glyphosate.
Oh my god.
Look at the concentration.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I had to. It's like, oh, this walking bush is hard to kill. You're supposed to be afraid of it. It's like, go watch Goosebumps into the basement. The little kids had fucking weed killer and killed the plant dad. It's like, come on. You're in fucking Star Wars.
Star Wars is a fucking universe full of fucking creatures that could potentially kill you. Have you never fucking picked up any Star Wars book in your life? Have you never fucking read the EU? Have you never read any of the comics? Star Wars full of dangerous creatures. What the fuck is wrong with you?
These are Jedi with fucking lightsabers. You want me to expect them to be afraid of a fucking walking plant? Oh my god, there's more. There's more. Oh, okay. What else is there? Holy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The severe Star Wars is I can't put it faster. Oh god. Oh god. Star Wars girl. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god. I forgot just how awful she was. Oh god, there's gotta be a way I could speed her up. Oh god, please tell me I could do it higher. Oh god. Okay, I don't know if I could take watching her. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. Okay, 2. Oh, thank God. Let's get this over.
If you don't think plants have weapons, I mean, where do you think poisons come from? Thorns.
Thorns! Hey guys, there's a Jedi Knight with a fucking lightsaber, but I'm a walking bush and I have thorns! Oh my god. Oh, this is so bad. Is anyone in this room?
So bad? Yeah, like this video. Oh my god, I have to speed you up because I can't even fucking, I can't even take you seriously.
Nobody said, oh my god, there's fucking more. There's more. Holy shit.
They have incredible capacity to heal, and they also do not share any kind of common feeling or way of thinking, really, with, I'm going to say, animals, including everybody in Star Wars we would consider people.
So droids, they're like droids because they're not like animals. They're plant people. They're just like droids. Oh my god.
They don't see any common ground there, and there is just no compunction about the destruction that they might cause.
You mean like droids?
And they eat people. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is man. God damn, these people take Star Wars so goddamn seriously that it's fucking hilarious. I seriously cannot take these fans seriously.
Or I don't know, maybe like a Rancor or a fucking Wampa or any of the countless other aliens in Star Wars that try to eat people. Oh my god, but it's the first time. It's brand new, everyone. Holy shit, that lady's done talking. Now it's the other dude that works on space plant alien thing that nobody's ever seen before. What does he have to add to this?
And Cab, I think you're also working with our new species of villain.
Yeah, we develop them more in the Marvel series as well. And as Claudia said, they are unstoppable. And once one seed, that's all you need.
You have fucking lightsabers. I'm sure, considering this is the fucking futuristic fantasy universe, they have some type of plant-killing chemical. But no, these plants are unstoppable. Holy shit. What?
Star Wars is a fucking space fantasy, you dumbass. Do you not know anything about Star Wars?
They're there, and you can't get rid of them. And they're intelligent as well. These aren't just mindless monsters. There is a very deep intelligence there. There's links. They have this weird telepathic root system.
You mean like all the trees and plants on the fucking planet Pandora and Avatar? You know the movie with Sigourney Weaver and the blue tall alien with the plug ponytails in, and you can plug the ponytail into anything connected to the whole entire freaking world through the root system? Huh? I wonder where I've heard that before. So fucking original. What else?
Oh my God, Jesus. Fucking Christ, these people. God, this is what happens when you take Star Wars too seriously. Oh my God. Oh my God. That Star Wars girl sounds even dumber when you speed her up. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And they use the dark side of the Force. Oh, because they're also dark side.
Of fucking course they are. Of fucking course. They have magic Sith roots. It doesn't matter that, you know, in the Phantom Menace that takes place like what, 300 years after this, they have that specific line where like, yo guys, I think I just got attacked by Sith. And like, the Sith have been extinct for over millennia, which would include this time period. It doesn't matter because guess what? These magical walking plants that apparently lightsabers have no effect and apparently they don't have any kind of weed killer for. They got magic Sith roots, guys. Holy shit. What else?
You do realize there's Star Wars creatures in the EU that were immune to lightsabers, right?
What else now?
You think? Oh my God! Oh, because they have lightsabers. Yo, they're suddenly fucking Jedi can suddenly just kill them anything. No, they can't. No. That's not how the fucking Force works. You. Oh my God! I want to. This makes me has an agorism. Just how stupid this is. Oh God.
And so even though you may only have one Drengi, you know you're actually facing all of them.
Huh. So if I'm fighting one, I'm actually fighting all of them because they're all interconnected by their magic Sith roots. Huh. I wonder where I heard that concept before. Huh. What do you think, Locutus?
I am Locutus of Borg.
Oh, that's not funny.
Not the Borg? Really? Really? Oh my God.
So yeah, they are a force to be reckoned with. And they have a particular link to one of our Jedi. Obviously, I'm not going to say which one because Charles will get upset.
You know, my guess is maybe it's the one in the picture that they showed for like the concept art. But who knows? You know, that doesn't mean anything, right? Oh, and also like at this point, who cares? This is ridiculous. This is one of their new big bad villains, a fucking plant. Again, you are in a universe, and this is your whole page is like the High Republic of the Jedi. What do Jedi use? Fucking lightsabers. You think you're telling me that these are some kind of magical Sith dark side plants that a lightsaber can't cut through? Give me a fucking break. Oh my God. There's no kind of weed killer in this universe. Like, you tell me that there's no gardens? I'm pretty sure you go call up, you know, the Padme's fucking gardener from Naboo. I didn't see any weeds there. I'm pretty sure you can call someone and get some of that shit and just go and, you know, just do a good spray. Get a crop duster. I don't know, you're ripping off every other movie. You're ripping off, you know, the Goosebumps. Like, come on, Goosebumps. You're ripping off freaking Avatar with the connected root system that they all communicate as one. I mean, that's ideas been done. It kind of sounded more like Ants and the Queen of the Hive Mind kind of thing. The Borg. Oh my God, the Borg. But, you know, it's not like anyone here in this panel is a Trekkie or anything.
And as always, may the Force be with you.
Oh my God. Holy shit. This is a lot to unpack here. Star Wars is a universe full of billions of alien species. And you're telling me there isn't one or maybe two or maybe three that would be immune to lightsabers or the use of the Force? You fucking serious? Oh my God. This is sheer stupidity. Oh God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God, this is so dumb.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Huh? I wonder where they got the connected roots thing from. Yeah, this is nothing new. This is just one of the new aliens, the new big bad guys. You want me to be afraid? No, everything you just told me, there's nothing new about that. You just ripped off every other franchise. Give me a fucking break. These are supposed to be, you know, the top of the freaking food chain as far as, you know, writers for Lucasfilm. What happened to people like Timothy fucking Zahn? You literally had, you know, the best of the best, and now it's bottom of the barrel. This is one of the announcements for the High Republic, and holy crap, it's going to be interesting to see what else there is in store. So, everyone, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If you like this video, go ahead and give a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. I didn't really enjoy watching most of this little announcement, this big, important announcement from Disney. But, yeah, it is what it is. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, have a great.
Oh God, no. I'm not going to thank you because your video was like, holy shit, that was cringe. Okay, let's look up more fucking shit. Honestly. Let's see. Let's see. Anybody else we can react to? Anybody else? Oh God. Is there anybody else I can react to? Because there's got to be something else. Do we really want to react to another Ryan Kettle video? No, I'm not doing. No. I'm above that. I'm not reacting to another Ryan Kettle video. That's beneath me. I will not go through another one. There's gotta be. I'm gonna see if there's another fucking thing I could react to. honestly, because come on, there's gotta be something. I mean, there's gotta be something I can react to, because that was cringe. That seriously was cringe. That was the cringiest shit I've ever fucking, watched. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was such cringe. Anyway, okay, seriously. I'm gonna see if there's any other. Let's see what Comic Book Bro Secrets is up to. Let's see if he's reacting to anything. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, guys. Let's see. He has some, Evan V. Skyver has some material. Oh, yeah. Let's, Clownfish TV. Let's see what he's up to. By the way, it has to do with the High Republic. If it isn't, I'm not going to react to it. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, God. Holy shit. I don't know if I can react to all these people. Okay. We're going to react to some more people, guys, because no, we're not going to end this stream just yet. Because I feel, holy shit, that cringe girl. I mean, holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh god. Okay. Let's see what kind of bullshit that Evan V. Skyver, shits out of his mouth. We'll react to him first. Because after all, Evan V., there's no reason not to react to him. All right, let's see. Okay, actually, let's see if he has other stuff, because I don't know if... Let's see if he has other videos I can react to. Unfortunately, no. Which means we're going to have to... Let's see what kind of nonsense. But before we start Evan V. Skyver, I am not going to suffer through this nonsense. Okay, good. It's at 2x speed.
This over 100,000 orders for Marvel Star Wars The High Republic comic. For Star Wars, that's not very much. But they corrected it real quick. 100K. Marvel Star Wars The High Republic. #1 has sold 200K orders. Oh, that's weird. That's still not very many for Star Wars, but it's an awful lot for Marvel. Something smells fishy here, doesn't it? It smells a little fishy.
We told you Star Wars The High Republic was fake. We warned you. Told you to prepare any way you could. Pre-ordering is always a good plan, but you do you. Tomorrow, it's here. And now you know, Light Quest Trials, it's going to be one hell of a ride.
Oh my god, that was his type of humor.
If you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Join us. Sorry, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You are listening to me, Ethan Van Skyver, your friend, 28-year veteran of the comic book industry. And before we go any further with this exploration of SJW fraud and chicanery, if you could do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up, share this video as many places as you possibly can. Always leave me a comment. I read all of your comments. I really do. And then subscribe to this channel. Ring the bell for notifications so that you don't miss any videos. It helps this channel to grow and push back against YouTube suppression of channels like mine, Fandom Menace, Comicsgate, channels. And this is actually a Fandom Menace and Comicsgate team-up video in a way. This is the situation here. Now, the comic book industry has completely lost all of its self-esteem. In case you didn't know that, the comic book industry has been invaded by societal rejects who want the world to look like their gender study classes and who aspire to make all of the superheroes and all of our cultural heroes look like bizarre gender study rejects as well, like these.
Whoa, well, that totally is not a dog whistle. Jesus, there's a lot to unpack here. Wow. Oh my god. Oh god. Holy shit. As for suppression, oh please, man. Freaking leftists are getting more suppressed than you. And if you're getting suppressed, maybe you should stop saying racist bullshit on fucking social media. Maybe you could consider that. But then again, you don't know that YouTube is a business.
Like this one right here. They want everything to look like this. Okay, and so
I don't see anything wrong with this, unless you're a racist.
So that is the situation. Kathleen Kennedy is one of those. Kathleen Kennedy, who is the head of Lucasfilm right now, is an SJW, does promote these ideas. But there's a civil war happening at Lucasfilm right now because Jon Favreau came.
False. There is no civil war.
In with Mandalorian. Mandalorian pays tribute to George Lucas. Dave Filoni's with them, the two of them together, utilizing the MCU's plan for growth, for creating an entire world on a streaming service. They are favored right now by fans and by Bob Iger. And Kathleen Kennedy is out in the cold. She's just been left out in the cold with her plans.
Nope, that's not true.
Weirdo soy plans for Star Wars, which are progressively losing more and more money that Disney should be making on this great franchise. So the comic book industry right now has lost all of its self-esteem and has relegated itself as an IP farm and a place to sort of try out ideas for Hollywood eventually. And we're just testing out these ideas. We're just throwing these stories out there for Hollywood to make movies of in the future. And so Kathleen Kennedy organized this whole thing called Star Wars, the High Republic. Kathleen Kennedy's associates, her partisans over there, the people at Lucasfilm who like her viewpoints and her ambitions for Star Wars, in other words, social justice warriors, society's rejects, they have all gotten together and they've joined her in making this.
Wow. Do you have any original fucking insults?
We reviewed it yesterday. We looked at the video, and it was gut-bustingly hilarious. It was absolutely awful. But this is the thing. This whole thing is a trial balloon in the civil war at Lucasfilm to see whose ideas for the future of Star Wars are going to win out. So it is.
I can't believe these people fucking are still pushing this nonsense. There is no civil war in Lucasfilm. Oh my fucking god! I cannot believe people are still believing this nonsense. Evan V. Skyver. Oh boy. You should just stick to comics and shut the fuck up. Stick to your shitty, Cyber Frog comic.
Vital that this succeed. This has to succeed in order for SJWs to beat, the normies. The normies represented by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Okay, got it? Now you're seeing why at first it was 100,000 orders for Marvel Star Wars, and then suddenly they corrected it. They corrected it and said that it was 200,000 orders, and they will continue to do that. Oh, it's going for a second print and a third print. Now all of this is true, but in order to understand how this is happening, you don't really believe there are 200,000 people who are buying these comics individually, do you? And that actually want to read these stories? There aren't. This is Marvel's.
And where's your source to prove that there isn't?
To make Kathleen Kennedy's ideas look better when she goes to Bob Iger. Commandant Iger, it is I, your servant Kathleen Kennedy. Look how well, look how great my plans for Star Wars did on the comic book market. Surely they are the.
I don't think Bob Iger gives a fuck about, really what goes on with Star Wars outside the, Disney Plus and the Star Wars films. Disney doesn't care. They see everything else as pocket change.
The direction that we should go in the future. Shall I call Rian Johnson? Shall Rian Johnson be the director of this trilogy, the Star Wars High Republic trilogy? Is that something that we should do right now, Commandant Iger? And so that is why this must succeed. Now, how did they do it? First of all, look at this. All these sorry. That's hilarious. All right, how did they do it? They used the comic book industry's current schemes and scams of predatory publishing. Let me explain. All right, so really quickly, this is cover A. This is the book that they are saying sold 200,000 copies, but not to you, not to readers. They sold 200,000 copies to retailers, and it is the retailer's job to sell those comics to you, and these comics are non-returnable. So if the retailer cannot sell them, he's stuck with them, and Marvel Comics isn't losing any money. They consider that a final sale. So we've got our first copy right there, and then as you can see, this is Midtown Comics. We've got cover A. We've got, look at this cover. This is cover A. Phil Noto. Cover B. Let me just hit this. Oh, it's a different cover for the same comic book. Here's cover C. It's a different cover for the same comic book. Here's cover D. In other words, just take some character designs and throw them on a comic book and call that a cover. And right over here, you've got cover E, the incentive cover. This cover is a 1 in 25. So a retailer has to order 25 copies of the original comic book in order to get one copy of this, which of course will make retailers say, hey, maybe I better order 25, maybe 50, maybe 100 copies. Like get 4 of these and then sell these and make most of my money back. And then if I can sell, enough copies of the regular, then maybe I will break even and make a profit. I mean, it's a gamble. It is definitely a gamble, but it's a way.
These multiple comic covers has been a thing in comics since the 1990s. Can you get to the point?
To get retailers to order in bulk and take their chances on making money on this special variant edition. Essentially, it's another battleground in the culture war. As Bleeding Cool, which is the propaganda arm of the SJW comic book industry, spreads the word and gives positive press to Kathleen Kennedy and her weirdo cronies that, look, we've sold, this is a big, massive hit, 200,000 copies sold. Kathleen Kennedy can take this back to Disney and say, what do you think? My ideas for the future of Star Wars are insanely popular with Star Wars fans and comic book fans. Obviously, you should toss Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's plans for the future of Star Wars out and go with my fat, mentally ill Rose Tico. Where's my fat, mentally ill Rose Tico character sheet in this article?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. It looks awful. You should go with this instead.
Wow,
maybe it's not about George Lucas. Maybe it shouldn't be about revering his creation. Maybe we need to just take the idiots that we run into on Tumblr, put them in bathrobes, give them a lightsaber and a mentally ill smirk on their face, and just call that Star Wars. What do you think, Mouse? What do you think, Bob Iger? And I will say this: I don't think it's going to work. I'm sorry. This stuff is all in the past. It's all in the past. It doesn't matter what chicanery, what trickery, what shenanigans these people at Marvel Comics employ. Fans of Star Wars know crap when they see it, and everybody pretty much laughed at the High Republic. And this whole initiative is not going to work out. Moving forward, it is going to be all.
The only people that laugh at the High Republic are people like you. Most Star Wars fans are either indifferent or excited for the High Republic.
About Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's vision for Star Wars, which is based on the success of the MCU and how they rolled all of those ideas out, and a reverence for George Lucas. God bless Jon Favreau. God bless Dave Filoni.
You do know Dave Filoni praised Rian Johnson, right? Right? Nope, that doesn't work with your narrative.
And nice try, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate all you guys, and definitely leave a comment. I'll see you again soon with another one. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Skyver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey.
Oh my god, that was cringe. Oh god.
What is this? Over 100,000 orders for Marvel Star Wars The High Republic comic. For Star Wars, that's not very...
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was cringe. Yeah, he is stupid. You're lucky I put it on number 2. Clownfish TV. Let's see what he has to say. Oh god. Jesus. Oh god. I mean, these fucking people, they're having a fucking meltdown over the littlest shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're in the end game now. This is what everything, I believe, has been about with the struggles at Lucasfilm and the desire to push Star Wars in a completely different direction.
Mhm.
It's about rewriting history, DuckTales style.
It's about certain people wanting their version of Star Wars to be Star Wars. Is what it's about.
We're going to talk about the High Republic, which I think is a...
Backlash? I don't see any backlash. What kind of nonsense are you fucking talking about? What kind of nonsense are you smoking? If there's a backlash, it would be as clear as day. This is all in your fucking imagination. My god, I've never seen these people before. Oh my... Holy shit.
Terrible idea. But they're going to push this. They're making the High Republic into this big, grandiose publishing plan. The only thing I can think of that it reminds me of in the past was Shadows of the Empire.
But they still care about Shadows of the Empire.
Exactly. The backlash to this has been pretty severe from a lot of corners of Star Wars fandom. It's like, just when...
The only backlash I see is from people like you and the rest of the fandom menace. I don't see any backlash. What are you talking about? This is nonsense.
Lucasfilm is starting to get people back on board with The Mandalorian and return of actual proper Luke Skywalker and a lot of nods to fan favorites. Now we're going to go back and retcon the past of George Lucas's Star Wars universe.
Yeah, we're going to go back hundreds of years before the movies and everything else, so that we can retcon that instead. We're going to call it the High Republic, as if we're higher than you, elevated. It's not the Star Killer base. It's not Death Star. It's bigger. It's not the Old Republic.
Oh my god. Holy god. Jesus, why are you so triggered?
It's the High Republic. It's bigger.
It's woker.
Yeah.
It's the wokest thing ever. We're going to talk about that. And look, I can be proven wrong. It can wind up being pretty okay. But remember, guys, at the end of the day, Disney burned down the expanded universe, the existing expanded universe, to do stuff like this, to retcon.
It's not going to be okay, especially when people are saying about it. And look at that whiteboard we talked about many times, the one that had diversity and an actual ending. It's like authentically lived in.
Jesus, you people are complaining about the littlest things. Holy fucking shit. I never watched this channel before, but oh my god, I'm glad I never did. And I'm glad I have them on the highest speed. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god, just kill me. God, please, just kill me.
Surprise, diversity, actual ending, and feelings before relatable characters, sweeping epic, that kind of stuff. Star Wars is not pro-war. It's space and light. It's not like Star Wars. It's not pro-war, but it's space and lightsaber battles.
Yeah, no single main character, because we can't have anybody getting too attached to like another Luke Skywalker, because we got to move beyond that. We can't just have
right.
Luke Skywalker.
And wish list, like High Republic, Relic Hunters, University, dinosaurs, representation, diversity.
Yeah, that comes up a lot. We're going to talk about this reimagining, reworking.
Why are you so fixated on this fucking whiteboard? Does this video have a point?
Redesigning of Star Wars by committee with intersectional talking points. You know, this is Star woke. That's exactly what this is. It's become more and more apparent that's what this is. And look, I'm not saying it's going to be completely terrible.
Why are you people acting like SJWs? I mean, my God, you're acting more like the SJWs that you fucking hate. Holy fuck.
But just looking at what I've seen so far, I think it's going to be completely terrible. Now they do have a manga that's been announced.
Okay, yeah, so here's the thing. What has been going so well lately, we were talking about kicking American comics ass, kicking American cartoon shows ass, is manga and anime. Completely dominating. We saw stuff with Demon Slayer in the movie, and the comic books, the mangas are kicking comic books ass and all that. So Disney being Disney, when they see this big trend, and they're
there's a reason why manga is doing better than comics. It's because manga in itself is much easier to get into than comics, and it's cheaper to actually buy manga than comics. And yeah, let's just ignore that.
cash in on that. Like we saw with Instagram. We can't do it ourselves. We'll go get Instagram influencers to show for us. We'll put up walls to get ready to advertise us for free. Like now TikTok, one girl had a song about Ratatouille, so they went and brought her to the parks to use her to promote their new, attraction and everything else. They can't. They're trying to TikTok, but it's been taking a while, so they're just trying to use everybody else who's doing it. Now we have them coming after manga and anime because they're doing that Vision series with anime studios in Japan, and then they announced this Viz book that is The Edge of Balance.
God, these people are so fucking triggered. Why are you people so angry?
Forward because this, and it's done by this what's her name? Justina Ireland, and she's one of the ones who was in charge of this whole getaway new crossover, whatever they're calling it. Like what they're calling it, they're calling it something like a transmedia initiative, whatever they're calling it.
Basically means they're gonna come up with a basic storyline, and it is very much like the Shadows of the Empire, but on a bigger now with more Disney, right? Now with more wokeness, where
you do. Why are you people always bring up Shadows of the Empire? What about the Clone Wars the micro series, the multimedia project? You had a series of books and comics and novels and video games that connected to this era. Why are you ignoring that? The Shadows of the Empire is not the only multimedia project that's ever existed. My God, these people's lack of Star Wars knowledge pisses me off. Like, they treat Shadows of the Empire like it was the only the only, multimedia project that have ever existed in the EU. And no, it wasn't the first. Yet Clone Wars, 2003 with the books, comics, and video games, and Revenge of the Sith. Yet all these things. Yet I guess that doesn't go support your narrative. Shadows of the Empire, it was the only project that existed before the High Republic. Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Shadows of the Empire was a game, it was a comic book series, it was a novel series, it was toy line. That's what they're doing. They're going to vomit High Republic onto every freaking platform. There's going to be High Republic shit all over.
We're losing the audience, and it basically goes along with that whole two camps Civil War shit. Everybody's going to Favreau and Filoni, they're losing their grip. The Star Wars story group is behind this, by the way. They were at the meetings, they were involved in the whiteboard.
There is no Civil War. That's a lie and nothing more than a stupid rumor. Disney would never allow a civil war in Lucasfilm. This is just nonsense. I can't believe people are still believing this crap in 2021. This is not true. It's been debunked multiple times. But yeah, these people will continue to spread their dumbass narrative about Star Wars being dead, Disney fucking, raping Star Wars, a civil war in Lucasfilm. They'll do what these fucking people do best.
We showed you. They can't stand it, so they're going to use High Republic. But things are doing it on these platforms that most people aren't going to probably, it's not a TV or show or a movie. People aren't going to really spend the time for most people to mess with it.
Even when it comes to Star Wars, even if it's other time medias like the shows, even though they consider the cartoon shows, Filoni's cartoon shows canon, people were completely confused. We went to go see Solo with like 3 other people in the theater that weekend. They were completely confused that Darth Maul coming back because they did not realize that Darth Maul came back.
Right, because people don't watch it. They're reading it. If it's not in the screen, they can see it. They can play it as a game. They don't know about it. So this is not going to do well anyway because they're targeting. They're targeting young adult children's books. Now they're manga. Now they went and hired a manga artist and a Japanese writer to work with her to make sure it translates. It's going to be authentic Star Wars and authentic manga. They said it's authentic as everything else you've got out of the story group.
Yeah. Now look, and this is coming from Viz. I don't want to throw shade at Viz. Actually, I have a lot of respect for Viz. This is a marketing deal for them, but this is very much like you said. How you do, fellow kids? Disney comes knocking with a bunch of money and says, "You're the biggest manga producer out there. Make us some manga." And you're going to say, "Yes, we will." How much money again?
Yeah,
absolutely, you're going to. So it is what it is, but it does kind of smell of Tokyo Pop back in the 2000s. It was like, here's our official sort of kind of Ameri manga.
Yeah,
at least they got Japanese artists. So.
They did. I'm saying they're so desperate for attention. They're so desperate to get it out there that now they're like, "What is big? What is winning? It's not us. So what's winning? Oh, manga and anime. So we're going to slap it on that."
Yeah.
It's like, put some bacon on it, slap some manga on it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's coming around again. I mean, this does feel to me like, the late 2000s all over again, where everything, and they even had articles on comic book resources. If it's got big eyes and blue hair, it's anime, it's manga. And it's like, no, it's not. But, it's, I guess, a close facsimile. Just like the High Republic is a facsimile of Star Wars.
Yes, and we hear what they want to do with it. It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, so Mick Short actually has been ready for us, and he put this article up on, this
yeah,
massive,
some stuff too like that, yeah.
Yeah, massive story told across books, comics, and magazines. Well, across the comics off, nobody gives a shit. This just sounds like they're trying to justify one story group's existence because they're probably like, okay, the stuff you guys came up with has not been a big hit. So they're like, we're going to make it too big to fail. We're going to force people.
We're going to go back ahead of
Interesting, considering, Star Wars books are still doing well. The freaking first book in the High Republic is like number 2 on Amazon. And this is the second day. And the number 1 in terms of science fiction, bestseller. So what the fuck? Why are you're just pulling shit out of your ass?
When everything is, we can't write the Skywalker saga. So we're going to go back hundreds of years and rewrite everything about the Force then.
Yeah, so that's the thing here, right? And we saw this. That's why I'm saying this is like the end game. We saw this with Doctor Who too, where the ultimate end game of a lot of people that are ideologically focused, coming into existing franchises that have a massive platform. The ultimate goal is to rewrite that property into your own image. We saw it with Star Trek, where they basically went back in time and redid everything. We saw it with Doctor Who, where they retconned the Doctor to be like, "Hey man, babies, guess what? Doctor started life as a little black girl. Deal with it."
Yeah, we changed everything.
And now we're going to go back and retcon Star Wars. And I can almost guarantee you, this is going to be the wokest stuff you've ever seen. Maybe not the manga because I think they know their audience, but definitely the YA novel.
Oh my god, this is stupid. And I bet you these people have not read any of this stuff.
Definitely, all this other stuff. It's going to be incredibly woke. Lots of dinosaurs.
Well, they're saying that it's about a new era. It's about a new era and how they're going to change Star Wars. About how they say they're fighting for the Force. Yeah, no shit. Exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of a metaphor. It's like you're battling over the future of the Force. It's like it is a metaphor because at this point in Star Wars, it feels like there is a battle in Lucasfilm where you've got Filoni and Favreau being kind of the old guard with more Lucas era, Star Wars giving fans most fans what they actually want, and then we've got the dueling Star Wars over here with the High Republic, which is a complete almost 180 from The Mandalorian. And
I don't see anybody complaining except you guys. Why are you still complaining about this? If you're not going to read this stuff anyway, why do you care? Just saying. You could stick to The Mandalorian, and if you don't want this garbage in your eyes.
And again, this is clearly Kathleen Kennedy's baby. Where is she? You don't see her talking about The Mandalorian a whole lot. Well, she was involved. I'm like, yeah, I don't think she was as involved as you think she was. I think she was busy with this.
She was involved in Mandalorian. She had to approve of every project that, these people have gotten themselves involved in. You think Dave Filoni just does, and Favreau do whatever the hell they want? No. They have to go through freaking Kathleen Kennedy. She has as much power that George Lucas had, in Lucasfilm. This is nonsense. The only people that have, higher power than Kathleen Kennedy is Bob Iger. Oh my God.
I think she was busy ruining the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And she was busy, doing all this other stuff, not paying attention to. She basically, I think, left Favreau and Filoni on their own to do this kind of one-off show, and it became the biggest damn things. Now they're going to absolutely ramp up the attention state of the High Republic. Now it's been pushed back. It was supposed to come out earlier. They blame COVID. We know that's not true because they rewrote the entire opening crawl.
Yeah.
The original opening crawl was the most
really
painful woke thing
It was
ever.
like really, really long-winded and stuff. It was awful.
Oh my God. It's a period of inequality where diverse voices need to come together to fight the patriarchy. And the patriarchy being all caps.
Probably.
But we've got authors out there like Charles Soule. Who,
it was one of the people that were the core members of this group that was trying to, trans, whatever they're calling it, transmedia.
Transmedia. He started his job by watching all the movies again and focusing on what he thought was impressive about Star Wars. And then
meaningful to him. Again, to him.
The job was to make something that was authentic with Star Wars from the ground up, also really fresh and new and special and powerful. Because
the bestest ever.
Yep. He would later confirm that he was initially pitched with creating his own Star Wars. So explained, I just started looking at Star Wars and digging in deep and thinking about if I really had this opportunity that Michael described to me to make kind of our own Star Wars, which is what it was and has become. I can't believe it's actually happening.
Basically, they're admitting to you. They're not doing your Star Wars with more stories. They're making their own Star Wars. And these people are associated with the Star Wars story group.
He concluded, what would this mean to me? I started with the source material and went from there. So yeah, they're literally rewriting the past of Star Wars. They burned down the expanded universe, and they're going off in a totally different direction with it. And it's very, very obvious.
Sorry, what is this, like Han Solo? It's like Han Solo Patch or something.
This is Leox Gassi.
Yeah, okay.
He looks dandy, doesn't he?
He doesn't look dandy. He looks like someone from Trailer Park trying to look cool. Not that I'm a Trailer Park. That's stereotypical.
Yeah. He said, let's see here. To clarify his point, fellow High Republic author Claudia Gray would also answer the question we're doing. She looked at other franchises and properties outside Star Wars.
But if you're supposed to look at Star Wars.
I probably had. It's not the opposite reaction, but it's going to sound like this. I started asking myself, where are the things I loved in other epic sagas?
Where's the Captain Marvel?
Where's the Captain Marvel? Where's the Game of Thrones? And that's what people said. They said it feels like a mishmash of different science fiction and fantasy series, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars.
Star Wars has always been science fiction and fucking fantasy. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do so many of you idiots not know anything about Star Wars? I'm so sick of these fake fans acting like they know something about Star Wars when they clearly don't. Holy shit. God, these people make me cringe.
I love Star Wars, have loved it, and had been writing it for some time and felt like I was immersed in it. But what were the other things that drew me to other media, whether that's Dune? I can see that. I can see that. Dune or Arthurian Legends or whatever. What are the big epic qualities that pull you in, or at least pulled me in? That's where I began. Now, George Lucas himself did pull from other stuff, other influences, but I don't think he pulled so much directly from like, I'm going to do a one for one from this, like transfer. Like, we got to have dinosaurs because I like Jurassic Park. And I would like to have space dinosaurs. That sounds like fun. To further emphasize how this is a brand new Star Wars, another High Republic author, Kevin Scott, would describe just how the Jedi operate during the era.
I heard about this. Yeah.
This is the golden age of the Jedi. This is when they're in their height.
Right, because they're above you because it's like Star Wars, but bigger.
God, you can go check out these original articles on Bounty in the Comics, by the way. I didn't mention that. I want to give them credit. But these are peacekeepers who have pretty much done their job well. There's been peace for hundreds of years. And then the patriarchy came. No, I don't know. And the galaxy's in a period of prosperity, progress, and that's changed the way the Jedi view themselves, view the Force. In some cases, even view the laws of the Jedi as well. So we're going to rewrite everything you know about the Force.
Yeah, the laws of the Jedi, the laws of the Force. They're changing it all.
Yep, that's for sure.
They changed the way Jedi operate.
The Jedi are on the out with people. They're out with people for life. People are used to seeing them. People love them. So they're celebrities. That gives them special responsibility to the Jedi. Remember, the High Republic is supposed to be set only 200 years before the Phantom Menace. It's hard to imagine people in the galaxy would have completely forgotten the Jedi in 3 or 4 generations if they were out in the public and had temples on every single planet. That's true. That is true because they were kind
of. Most people in the galaxy have never met a Jedi. So it's not out of the realm of possibility of people forgetting that they existed.
Like low-key, like, oh, I think they're Jedi, but they weren't that common. I mean, Jedi, you had like one Jedi for how many clone troopers, and they made them the generals because they were. But for the most part, like you probably live your whole life and never see a Jedi ever. Yeah, it's like when the shit hits the fan that you see a Jedi. People did forget about the Jedi. They did, and even by the time of the original trilogy, and definitely by the sequel trilogy, because freaking Ray didn't know who.
True, all of it.
Yeah, who's
it only happened like 20 years ago, whatever. But
yeah,
20 years ago.
So it's look, and I guarantee they'll find a way to retcon all that too. And I don't think, again, the story group. To me, strikes me as a bunch of paid fanfic writers. This is fan fiction. This is super woke fan fiction being passed off as authentic Star Wars. George Lucas.
You do know that same argument can be thrown at Legends writers, right? If you could call these people fanfic writers, then you could say the same about Timothy Zahn, James Luceno, Michael A. Stockpole, and all these other great writers that came before the people in the current story group. This is bullshit. The only thing I see that's fan fiction from Star Wars is the sequel trilogy. This is not fan fiction.
Lucas does not sign off on this. He did not sign off on this. They're going to rewrite his universe and how. But what are you going to do? You know, Disney paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I guess it's one of the people that are part of the story group and probably down with this. Pablo the dog who's out there. And then there's been a bunch of people showing that, ironically, that not only are they making fun of people who didn't like the sequel trilogy, I guess they're making fun of Raylos too behind the scenes. And they make fun of everyone. So, you know, they're making fun of you too.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't know how people are reacting really at the end of it. Well, no, this is interesting. This is on IO9. This is, I want to enjoy this like it did the expanded universe, but knowing it too will just get squashed away whenever the Disney Empire marches again and the drums of the capitalist campaign they're waging. Ooh, because that's the thing. You know, they can retcon it again and again and again and again. And they're just looking to throw, I think, spaghetti against the wall to look for something from the books or whatever to make movies out of it.
Right, come like at the end of the day, what are we seeing on screen? Favreau and Filoni stuff. What's this stuff going to? Books and comics. Most people aren't going to read that. That's what they're trying to leverage manga and anime.
Yeah.
So they figure they get more views that way. But even then, it's not going to be the same thing.
Yeah, I have less than zero interest in this personally. Like I could even care less. I'm like this.
Then why are you reporting on it if you have zero interest? Oh wait, you're doing it for the clicks.
Guys, now the mask is off. Now you know what the ultimate goal was. It was to get a hold of Star Wars and rewrite Star Wars in your own image. Just like all these other franchises, like Doctor Who, just like Star Trek. They want to rewrite Star Wars, the history of Star Wars.
What the fuck do you think capitalism is? All these franchises are a fucking business. Of course they're going to rewrite them in their own image. That's what fucking capitalists do when they own an IP. You're making an anti-capitalist argument without even realizing you're making an anti-capitalist argument. If only you understood the irony.
Now it's more woke. So free market will win out. We'll see how if the stuff is good and it resonates with people. Then yeah, they might have a long future filled with new books and comics, or they might have a long future sitting collecting dust at Ollie's.
Which happens often, especially Marvel stuff.
It does. So we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh my god. That was cringe. Holy shit, was that cringe. Oh my god, that was cringe. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Jesus, how many videos have I reacted to? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I feel bad for their kids. I mean, geez, if they're as angry about a fucking franchise that's essentially aimed for children, holy shit. No, they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. They're just trying to act like they know what they're talking about. Oh my god. Holy god. I'm going to see if the Quartering said something cringe about the High Republic. The Quartering. Let's see. Oh god, the Quartering. Is there anything he said? Oh god. Unfortunately, there's nothing on the Quartering regarding, you know, the High Republic. Unfortunately, unless there's somebody else, this stream is going to have to. And holy god. I was reacting to multiple people. Oh god, that was such cringe. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I gotta see if there's any more people that reacted to the High Republic. Oh. Oh yes, there's more. There's more. Oh god. Oh, you're getting. Oh, she's getting some long overdue treatment. Oh god. World-class bullshitters might have said something, you know, against, you know, the High Republic, but I'm not sitting through 3 hours of nonsense. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh god, how many people have I fucking... I don't know if I could take more than one more video. Oh god. 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 I want to fucking die. I really want to fucking die. I really want to fucking die. Oh god. Oh, let's react to some cringe. Oh my god. Okay. Oh boy. Oh god. Yes, I have one last video I'm going to react to, and it's a certain fan. I don't know if any of you know who Stephanie Genesek is, but this lady is batshit insane. Let's see what this woman has to say. By the way, this woman has a history of stalking and harassing writers from Lucasfilm. She's been blocked by Troy Denning, a few years ago. She has a hate boner for Claudia Gray. She has a hate boner for Papala Hidalgo. This woman is insane. She stalks employees at Lucasfilm constantly. And she's been banned on Twitter multiple times. She's had multiple accounts of hers deleted from Twitter. I'm not even exaggerating. Oh. Okay. Well, we're going to have to load this again. You didn't miss anything of much. Let's share the audio. Anyway, that's how crazy this woman is. I'm going to rewind it for a bit. This woman is crazy. Oh. By the way, before I start the video again, this woman is in her 50s. And she's acting like a man-child. Oh, and by the way, she also has a history of stalking Raylos as well. She is the worst kind of Star Wars fan, one of them.
Enjoyed the preamble to this because Baz Taylor and I had a blast making it. Just enjoy. I hope you're Hey guys, this is the video I promised on my short live I just did. I'm going on Collaborating Times tonight with Michael Enzo later to talk about Star Wars and the Low Republic. Let's talk about this Twitter debate discussion I had with one of the writers. I think he actually wrote the first comic book for the High Republic. And something he said stood out to me. I'm gonna read it to you. He didn't, when I read this in my live stream, I didn't really go through it. And he said,
yeah, she's in her 50s.
This, and I want you guys to listen. Well, I can't change what you believe. Been a fan of this stuff since the original Marvel run to the EU, the Dark Horse comics, especially the Dark Horse comics, right up to now. And on my FW, I've tried to build on what's gone on before because it means so much to me. Not one word about loving Star Wars. Not one word about preserving what George Lucas built. Okay. This is a problem.
Star Wars is not a religion, lady. Not everyone who is a fan of Star Wars is a fan of Star Wars because of the films.
What have I said? What have I said? If I had a daughter dating a guy, if I was running a business, if I was running a nonprofit, any kind of organization, hell, if I was a military officer, one of the things I found in my life, I thought I'd be so proud of me right now, my husband too, it is not what a person says. It's what they do. Okay. It's what they omit. And he omitted loving Star Wars. When I brought up George Lucas, he never said a word about George. I think it was, I'm going to say Charles Soule who said something about, it was Soule, who said something about changing Star Wars. So, which is why I brought, if you love something, you don't want to change it. You love it for the way it is and the way it is. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. And why do I know I'm right? Because when you try to change something, it ceases to be what you love. Okay? It becomes something.
Even if change is inevitable, honestly, Star Wars will never be the same as it was when you watched it in 1977. Star Wars isn't the same at all. If you don't change, it's a stagnant franchise. If you don't want change for Star Wars, why not advocate for them to stop making Star Wars movies? Stop making Star Wars in general. You're never going to keep Star Wars the same if you continue to make Star Wars. Star Trek isn't even the same franchise as it was, back in the late 1960s as it is now. And this is before, Picard, Lower Decks and Discovery came out. If you keep things the same, it eventually is going to get, stale. You have to adapt with the times. I'm sorry. That's just how things are.
Thing that you don't love. And, I'm like, this is the problem. Again, I don't like being gaslighted. I don't like people who have no respect for my intellect trying to tell me something that I know isn't true. Okay.
Why should they respect you when you have a reputation of going after, people in Lucasfilm, stalking them, trolling them? No. Why should we feel sorry for you? I mean, you have a infamous reputation in the Star Wars fandom. And you do shit, and when someone fights back, you get fucking butthurt over it. I'm sorry, that's not how things work. You may have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean you are free from consequence.
And it goes along with a lot of people like Kevin Scott and the rest of these pieces of human refuse. Okay.
Oh, they're pieces of human shit because they dare have a different opinion about something that you don't like. They dare have a different outlook on what Star Wars is.
It really does. And while I'm trying to focus on the positive, and mostly for my mental health, I think everybody's got to start doing that.
Mental health. You're in your 50s, and you do fucking videos on an almost daily basis hating on everything Disney is doing with Star Wars. Your entire fucking channel is nothing more than complaining about Star Wars. I mean, it's pathetic. You are 51 years old, 52, whatever, it doesn't matter, and you're acting like a child.
It is really, really amazing to me that we live in a time when these, I'm going to say right out, mental midgets, luckily somehow, some cosmic F you to the rest of us, these mental midgets get into places that they don't belong. Kevin Scott, Charles Soule, that whale just in Ireland, who blew your Lane Whale's sister, Claudia Gray, that racist dwarf, Daniel Jose Older. And
racist based on what? Because they say something that may offend white people?
You're not allowed to be racist if you're Latino or black. Right, I come from a world where there is no race. All right.
That's bullshit. You're white, so of course you're gonna say that. If you say that to a person of color, they're gonna call bullshit on that. They're gonna call you fucking crazy for even saying such nonsense.
So you want my respect? Stop being a dickhead and start valuing people for who they are on the inside, not what their skin looks like. And oh, by the way, you're not a victim. The world doesn't revolve around you. And stop projecting your shit, your garbage, yourself into Star Wars where it doesn't belong.
Let's talk about self-rejection. You constantly complain about everything, about a fictional universe, and you freaking complain about racism. Bitch, you fucking have no room to talk about racism when you act like a racist cunt on Twitter. And don't think there isn't evidence for that. There is. I don't even want to hear it from a fascist. Oh, if you guys think she's bad on YouTube, she's worse on Twitter.
Or anything else would have matter. I told Kevin Scott, why don't you just do your own thing? Of course, he said, well, I do my own thing. It's not why I met you, dipshit. Go away. I mean, just...
Why don't you go away? You're 50-something years old, and you're, like, having an emotional fucking outburst over Star Wars on a near daily basis. How sad and pathetic is that? There's a reason why barely anyone watches you at this point. Oh yeah, she is crazy. I wanted to been reacting to her for a long time, but this is the best time to do it. Oh my god.
Just like Andre, they're live right now, I think, Midnight's Edge, said, this is going over, no one's going to give a shit about it. No one cares.
Nobody cares about fucking your bitching about a fucking a movie that's fucking aimed a lot mainly to children.
I said this to him. I said this to him. It's not a hit. The distributors asked for second printing, but it doesn't mean the first printing sold, does it? No, they asked for more. Okay. If they have any leftovers, they can't send it back to Marvel because Marvel won't take returns. So the distributors are stuck if they can't sell them. Now, let me ask you a question. Where are all the comic book stores? They're closing right now, especially during COVID. Right? No one wants to read mainstream comics. It's all Ethan Van Sciver and all caps comics. Right? It's the independent comic book writer who is basically number one. I mean, I don't know where I read this, but I think it's true that Ethan Van Sciver has sold the most books of anybody out there, more than Marvel.
That is not true. That is false.
More than DC. They have to be shitting their pants. Okay. Now we've got this High Republic and the big lie that it's popular. No, it's not. If it was good, I'd buy a copy. But I read the first chapter that was offered from Light of the Jedi and I wanted to puke. Okay. If you watch my live, you know why. I don't like female-centered shit. And that's what it is. You know, then we got this Leon X Hiyashi. When you look at his name, it's an anagram of is gay. I mean, quit fucking with us. Quit this shit. Don't tell me kids they're gonna read this. I don't care if it's crappy YA fiction no one fucking reads. I don't care if it's a comic book. If it's Star Wars, people like me are going to be interested in looking at it, and I'm not. And the people that it's supposedly aimed at don't have the money, and they don't want to read it anyway. All right? So here's the thing about what a man says and what he does. So he says he loves Star Wars. Well, no, he didn't say he loves Star Wars. He said he loves this stuff. I don't know what this stuff means. Okay? But he didn't say specifically, I've loved Star Wars since 1977. I respect George Lucas.
Everybody has their own look on Star Wars. There is no right or wrong way to love Star Wars. You're just... And honestly, why don't you just show the tweet? Because I doubt what you said actually happened.
Lucas and I love his work and I want to preserve it. All right. He didn't say the two things that would have resonated with me. All right. Remember what I quoted. So I love Marvel and the EU comics all the way through Dark Horse. Especially Dark Horse. I really love Dark Horse. Okay, let's go back here. Did you see anything love Star Wars in that quote? No, there wasn't. I'll tell you why. Because he doesn't love Star Wars. And how do I know that? It's not what he said. He omitted, he committed the sin and lie of omission. Okay. It's in what he does. Okay. Gloria Gragan's like, oh, I have an X-Wing simulator in my closet. And what? Does that make you a big Star Wars fan?
She wrote some of the best Star Wars books in the last decade. And not to mention, I think she understands Star Wars more than you do, considering no Star Wars fan I know is as hateful and ugly as you. I mean, my God. No, she's not. She's in her early 50s. The thing that I was once a viewer of hers is fucking really... I really feel like, holy shit.
I had Lost Stars, and I didn't say any love of Star Wars. I didn't say any preserving and talking about what the Force is, and what kind of girl I was. I saw a manipulation of a franchise so she could get her blue-haired lane while SJW LGBTQ shit out with that fucked up Admiral Holdo.
You call her an SJW, you're acting exactly like one right now. It's funny that you don't see the irony.
I'm fairly certain was supposed to be an autistic lesbian.
So not only are you against people that have autism, but you have something against, LGBTQ people? Wow. What a lovely woman you are.
I mean, that's, what the actual fuck does that do with talking about Leia's relationship with Bail Organa? Nothing! Okay, that is not Star Wars. By the way...
And who are you to decide what is and what isn't Star Wars?
You are defined by your actions, not by your words. And therefore this. If you tell me you love Star Wars, you have an X-Wing simulator in your bedroom, closet, you love it your whole life. You come up with all these...
No, that's not what it means to love Star Wars. Loving Star Wars means you just love Star Wars. There is no right or wrong way to love Star Wars. And this is the problem with all of you Gen X, Star Wars fans. You cannot accept the fact the younger members of your generation and my generation love Star Wars in a different way than you love Star Wars. You're an OT elitist. So shut the fuck up when it comes to people loving Star Wars, when you were part of the same group of people that drove George Lucas away from Star Wars in the first place.
These lovely flowery words, right? And then you make shit like that up. You create characters like Holdo. You create characters like Leon X Hiyashi or whatever the fuck his name is. You come up with just horrible scenarios. This is my favorite. The Jedi control.
I would love for you to come up with a better character than what Claudia Gray has come up with.
The Force. At this time period, 300 years before the Skywalker era, the Battle of Yavin. Okay, they control God, because that's about what that is. You see where I'm going?
Do you not recall the line in A New Hope where Darth Vader says, the power to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. Did you know Star Wars is based off, the Jedi religion especially, is based off Eastern philosophy? It's based on Eastern religions? Are you really this ignorant about Star Wars that you don't even understand basic shit like that?
Do you see where this doesn't make any sense to me? The fact that they introduce all this useless shit to Star Wars. They fuck up canon, Jedi controlling the Force. And then look at you.
Oh my god. Fuck up canon. Name examples, please.
Like, I like that word, hold on. No, you don't. Because you know not to put Emerald Holdo in the story. You know she's a shitty character. You know she doesn't belong there. You know that people would see through the stupid anagrams. You know that saying that Jedi control the Force at this time goes against canon.
No, it doesn't go against canon. Did you not fucking watch the prequels? Where the dark side, clouds the Jedi and makes it and hinders their ability to use the Force? Have you not paid attention? Oh my god, you claim to be a fucking lifelong Star Wars fan, yet you can't even fucking recall basic canon like that.
Okay, it's like they don't understand. Actions have consequences. What they do.
Yeah, they understand Star Wars far better than you do, lady. And you're supposed to be a fan that was, watched the original Star Wars back in the late 1970s. Yet you don't know dick about Star Wars. I'm sorry. If you can't even grasp basic things like, how the Force fucking works.
Who is far more important than I left Daniel alive. And I'll tell you something else. And this is what it tells me. These people don't love Star Wars. I'll let you go after this one. Daniel is the older. Well, less.
Yeah, that's rich coming from a woman that actually harasses Star Wars fans on a daily basis. All because, their version of Star Wars isn't what I love about Star Wars. No, you don't get to dictate who is and who isn't a fan. That's elitist nonsense.
As last shot. It's a Han and Lando adventure in which he cucks Han Solo. Anyway, the first thing that you see is Lando is going to a party and is making sure his package is noticeable. And then, of course, we get into the cucking of Han Solo. Now, Daniel Jose Older, who's an anti-white dwarf, a balding little. He looks like an elf Santa fired. For Christ's sakes.
Anti-white. Wow, that's totally not a white supremacist, dog whistle. By the way, this woman, followed Stefan Monahu on Twitter when Stefan Monahu was on Twitter.
Make up excuse after excuse after excuse, and then make up an excuse that he can't be racist because he's Latino and has been held back his whole life by a white man or some shit like that. But
yeah, that's likely true. And it's easy for you to say that's bullshit when you never experienced that sort of discrimination. It's very easy. Then again, you are a white fucking woman that has never experienced the fucking same shit that people of color have ever experienced. This is white privilege.
And then I'll say, let's Star Wars. I know it. But if you look at the book, no, he doesn't. Okay? Again, Daniel, you could say you have every, reference guide, everything that J.W. Rinzel wrote, that you've read, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, la-di-da. You can go all through that and desperately try to convince me. But your book, Last Shot, says something completely different and tells me you, sir, are gaslighting and you, sir, are full of shit. Okay, so.
Oh, please. The only reason you're fucking triggered is because you're a Han Solo fangirl. I don't see you go this hard over Luke Skywalker's character assassination in The Last Jedi. You only care about Luke and Leia. Let's be honest here. You could give it two shits about Luke Skywalker. You didn't fucking say shit when Luke Skywalker was stuck on an island in The Force Awakens. No, the only character that matters to you is Han Solo.
Stop it.
Han is not Star Wars. Luke and Anakin are.
I guess I'll house breaking loose in DC. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to go spend time with my horse, take my dog for a walk, and then continue packing crystal ornaments. And I'm making meatballs with the ghost pepper sauce in my tonight. I really hope this shit's good.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Holy shit. Oh my god. The worst. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god. That woman. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh boy. I'm sorry I had to put through fucking, you guys through like almost 3 hours of cringe. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. The way the woman was talking about when it comes to like Hodo regarding, you know, autism, the reason that pisses me off because I have autism, and it seems like these, you know, like every member of the fandom menace, they fucking, you know, shit on people with any form of disability. And so what if she had some form of autism? So what? Yeah, she's a shitty character, but that's not a fucking valid criticism. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh god. I can't take any more of this cringe. I'm sorry, guys. This, unless you have by some miracle another video for me to react to, I think I'm done. Cuz we're like approaching 3 hours. I really am. Oh god. Anyway, may the force be with you guys. Stay safe. Don't be like the fandom menace, and for the love of fucking god, wear a mask. Stay safe, everybody.